What's up, guys? What's up? I think y'all can hear me. Should be able to. Can y'all hear me? I'm just checking. Uh, okay, good. Oh man, this whole 24 hours probably been the worst day ever. Like no joke. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and explain everything that's going on because I did say that I will give an update, and then after that we'll be watching the EWC, um mostly the esports World Cup they're doing for Call of Duty. Now I already know they I think it's still going, but we're gonna watch from the beginning because of the fact of I had to get my medication and stuff like that. So yeah, I was having like problems earlier yesterday with chest pain, and it got to the point where I was feeling lightheaded. So immediately went to the emergency room and stuff, and got checked out. I was there for like 8 to 9 hours and stuff, and I got my results back, and it's luckily, and I thank God for this. It's not life threatening, but it mostly opened my eyes to the point where what I need to do. It was a possibility I could have had a heart attack. Um, that was something that, like I said, I thank God that it was not that, but it's a thing called a acute chest pain. Um, it can cause that if not treated well. So mostly, I'm gonna have to start eating healthier. I'm gonna have to take these medications. I'm not gonna say, but mostly these, I'm gonna have to take those because, like, as y'all know, um, if y'all watch my streams and stuff like that, I clearly state multiple times when I was streaming, especially with people that I play with, that most of the time I'll have to step away to go take medicine. Like I was serious. Most people think it's not real, but like I was being serious, and it got real bad yesterday. So I'm gonna have to start eating more healthier. I'm gonna have to watch what I eat. Take these medicines. Hopefully, once all of it's gone, that at least that pain part will go away and stuff. But I'm gonna have to start eating way more healthier. I can't risk it. Like, I already lost my brother, and I don't think he'll want me to be gone because I have so much left in me. Now I'm so freaking dark. Hold up, let me. Can I bring up the brightness? Hold up, it's so freaking dark. Hold up, give me a sec. I guess I'm gonna have to turn on the lights. All right, but yeah, all I can tell for anybody that's going through what I'm going through, or people don't understand that, please, please take care of yourself. Drink plenty of water, eat healthy, try to stay physical, like try to work out now and then, you know, because trust me, you just never know. Like I said, like I went ahead and went just in case, and I'm glad I did. That opened my eyes. So definitely take care of yourself. Not a lot of people do and stuff, but I'm just telling you, as my viewers that watch, if you're like heavy set, overweight, or anything like that, please take care of yourself. Like, try to eat more healthy, try to work out, try to cut down because like it's to the point where the increase of like it's not even what I have, but just that possibility it can happen. So as my viewers, I care for everybody. I want everybody to be safe, eat right, you know. So please take care of yourself, okay? Because that's what I'm finna do. So I'm probably gonna start this journey that I was supposed to do because the last like short that I did, I put how much I weighed and stuff. So I'm gonna probably do like a whole video of my journey of trying to lose weight and stuff because this is no joke and I do not want this to happen. Like you gotta remember, I'm still young and I'm already having this problem. I'm young. Like I'm 28, guys. I'm 28. A lot of people think I'm way younger. Like I'm probably like 24 or something like that. I'm 28. I shouldn't be having these problems. So, like I said, I'm gonna be on this weight journey. Like I'm for real deal need to work out and get this done because I don't want this to keep on happening. You know. What you say? Hold on, let me put this to the side. At least you got it looked at so you can correct it and know what's wrong. Yeah, cause I'm telling you, like when they told me that, bro. At first, like I said, like I almost dropped in tears because like I thought it was like it's still bad. Don't get it situated, but it's not like super bad. Cause if it was super bad, I would have been in the hospital for days, and I wouldn't be able to like give y'all no updates or anything like that. So, like I said, thank God that I'm still here, and like I said, I'm finna start eating more healthy. Try to get stuff, cause like as much as I enjoy I don't eat it all the time, but like McDonald's and stuff like that, like I gotta cut it out. Cause like right now, my brother he gave me this. I already ate it because I didn't eat nothing all day. So this was the only thing I had, but it was good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely gonna get like a good amount of these just to have upstairs in my room. But this right here, some kale. Yeah, it has some good stuff in there. We'll see like red pepper, sunflower seeds, lemon, chick chickpea, miso, soy free. These are quite good. I ate that, and then also I'm gonna have to start getting on these. It's not it's not mandatory, but I'm choosing to you know do this. But this mostly you don't know what these are. Mostly electrolytes drinks and stuff like that. I'm gonna be taking plenty of these and stuff and drinking more healthier drinks. So I'm gonna have to cut off the sodas completely. Even though I love sodas to death, like the only time I'll probably get one if like once a couple months maybe. But yeah, like V8, electrolytes, water, of course, because water is very important and stuff. But yeah, and then I'm probably gonna stop drinking. Um, nah, I'm not gonna say I'm an alcoholic. I don't drink crazy like most people, but only drink on occasions and stuff like that. But I think I'm just gonna stop that completely. I don't smoke. I don't do no type of drugs of those sorts. But like I said, I'm finna be on my grind on YouTube, try to eat more healthier. Um, yeah, I know cutting out on soda is hard, but I think I can do it because it's just simple fact of like you just have to have that mental state and stuff like that. Um, Mostly now I drink water and zero sugar Gatorade. See, that's not bad. As long as you have electrolytes going into your system and stuff, you'll be perfectly fine when it comes to those. Even the zero sugar Gatorades, because I be I drink plenty of water while I'm at work, and then also when it comes to the zero sugar like drinks in general, like Gatorades, Powerade, or something like that. Like I'll be drinking those, but like I said, I'm at the point where I'm just gonna cut down on on so many things. And when it comes to like drinks, like I said, water, I can do V8. I'm thinking of beet juice. I think it was this beet juice, carrot, and stuff like that. I want to make like drinks and stuff out of fruits and stuff. Probably get that little fruit juicer that you can do at home and stuff. Try to make meal preps because like I was on that when I first came down here, and I was doing that way before I even moved. But like I said, I'm definitely gonna be doing that because I'm really trying to get more healthier. I'm trying to be slim. I'm trying to be able to go to the beach and stuff. Like yeah, like I gotta be on that grind. And then before anything, let me bring up the channel part situation. I will be back. Um, Now Friday I will not be streaming. Meal prep is something I definitely need to do. Yeah, cause me and my brother, the one that passed away, as y'all see back there, not a lot of people like know what it is, but like I said, when I finish my room completely and do the walk around of like the gaming setup, the room, and all that completely, I'll explain everything so y'all at least know a little bit more about me and like the ideas that's coming for the future of the channel. But like I said, I'm trying to think. What was I saying? Okay, meal prep. So mostly me and my brother. We did. I think if I'm correct, is brown rice the best one to use? I think it's brown rice if I remember. But I had to do more research. I feel like it's brown rice, but I know we did brown rice. But brown rice, we did grilled chicken and stuff. We didn't do it fried. We did it grilled. Then we did steamed broccoli. Sometimes we'll have it like as a food, or we'll have it in the blender, cut down some, so it'll be more easier to like congest and stuff. So I'm probably gonna do something like that. Probably do salmon with probably steamed carrots or stuff like that. You know, I have like plenty of like meal preps ideas and already know what to make and stuff. So I'm probably gonna be doing stuff like that. Um, but yeah, this year I have to be on my health stuff. I have to. I can't I can't be doing no more junk foods. Like I don't eat junk foods every single time or nothing like that. Like the only thing I'll probably eat is like ramen and stuff like that. And even that really it's not really that good for you to be honest. Like for example, like just this packet, just this packet right here. It has what? Because that's another thing too. I'm gonna have to look at everything back here. So it's like, what's it? 880 sodiums in this. Then you really don't have no sugar in this. Then carbs 27. Like, I'm gonna have to look at everything. I'm gonna have to look at everything and make sure everything is good and stuff. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna be on that because I'm not gonna lie. When I was talking to my mom and stuff about the situation, like she was very concerned, and you know that's how parents are. And I didn't want her to worry and stuff like that. But like I said, like this is a wake up call, and I really gotta be on it. So like I said, for my fellow people that support me and stuff like that, like please take care of yourself. Please do. You just never know. You never know. How long is it? Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. Hold up. This is a whole hype video. All right, we about to watch the EWC COD for Modern Warfare 3. Should be over here. Like I said, I'm looking forward to this. A lot of people brought back their old stuff, and I think they're gonna keep it that way, unless it's gonna be different when the CBS season starts back up. But as you see, Speed Nine is technically New York Subliners and stuff, and then Atlanta Phase is still the same one. I think they're going back to Phase Square, but I guess not. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna skip some of this. So get to the all right. So this is where 1.8 mil. Yeah, so they did a lot. I think they did Rocket League. They did yeah, FIFA. I forgot what other games they did. I think Rainbow and some other games. Yeah, I know. Um, for some reason, I don't know why. I don't know why it's not doing that. Yeah, I don't. Well, I'm not even using this. I don't know why it's not like doing the sound for the video. Anyway, let me let me see if I can do it on here. Cause if I can do it on here, I can just sync it. Let me see. I'm not gonna lie. This is super long. I'm not gonna lie. So it's gonna be like they're going through it in a whole. I think a whole entire day. I think it's a whole entire day of them doing this. All right. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Am I gonna have to start over? Yep. Oh my God. Let me see if I can. All right. I don't know why it's doing that. All right. We just gonna get to the first match. To be honest. Oh, what's the hype though? Okay. So personalized key. I don't. I still don't get how. Here. Y'all see how many, bro? I think they're gonna. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's just for EWC, but if they don't, I ain't gonna lie. They do need to go back to their old logos because Optic Gaming, Classic Cloud9, technically New York Subliners, FaZe Clan, but they're still considered Atlanta FaZe. They need to go ahead and bring the OG back. Toronto stays at um, Legion. Okay, 100 Thieves, mostly LA Thieves, but they changed it back to 100 Thieves. Boston. This was Miami Heretics, but they're called Team Heretics for this. Carolina Royal Ravens, G2. I remember they're now in Vancouver, so they're called the Vancouver Surge. They was in Seattle at first, but they moved up to Vancouver. Lord Gaming, Gentle Malay. I feel like this was freaking Tainted Minds at some point. I feel like I don't know. Stallions technically it's Phase Black, but they changed the name to Stallions. Ahmed, and then this is the home team of where they're playing at in I think in Saudi Arabia or something like that. I think it's in Saudi, but they're the home team. Everybody, yeah. I don't get how. I wish I could. Oh, hold on, give me a sec. 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 Because like I said, I just don't. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get why it's not like. I don't get it. Because it's showing on my stuff that it's going through. Oh man, LA. Hmm. What can I just be? I wish y'all could freaking hear it because I don't get it. I don't get how y'all cannot hear. Hold on, let me see how to fix this. Mm, let's see. Just give me a sec. guy don't even talk about it. He's talking about a whole different thing. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, okay. So open up YouTube once you're right click on the website tab for YouTube. Hold up, click on click once you're on YouTube, right click the website tab. Click a what? It says right. What up? Let me go back to how he did it. So he went to YouTube. Oh, okay. I think I got it. No, it can't be that. It's like bro. Streaming YouTube sounds. Hold up. I'm trying to fix this so y'all can be able to hear. Am I good? Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Sound. Um, OBS. It's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. How do you? Well, I don't know what to say. It's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why it's not doing that, but I'll be right back. Uh, I'll take it. I'll be right back. You don't want to take guys. Sorry, right, I'm back. Back. All right. All right, let's get to the match. Hold up. I know y'all can't hear and stuff, but hold up. Is there like a laser thing in the top up? Okay. Okay. I know y'all can't hear it, but I said it a while, but
Akron was lucky though, Chelsea with the top side. One of the two white bands here on this side of the map. Three in the feet once again for Optic. That's going to be massive hardpoint time when the new one pops. Will they identify where Brooklyn are coming from? Kenny right into the front line there, rocking a bit of a Stark-esque MCW skin, folks. 10 and 7 again for Kenny.
Yeah, he's messing with their timings as well. These players off spawn, and Kenny is waiting for him. So Glow Frosty The man that is trying to hunt him down and instead ends up being hunted, but hey, puts himself in the corner, wins the gunfight. And Optic don't care. They're expecting Glowfrosty to play slow. Dashy hasn't bothered to turn around, but through the front line, his teammates pick him up. Nice job on the break. Omid, well, doing everything they can to hold on.
Lovely work here. We're watching Shotzzy, one of the most dynamic players in the world, without a doubt. Managing to cause a little bit of problem here on the approach to the point. Nice work here from Prolu. Into the time. Open field for a second. Coverage again from Shotzzy. That is a sensational set of kills. And he's schmoving. No more, though. Frosty puts him down. Another force breed goes to bed.
Yeah, you see Glowfrosty maybe playing with the pace just a little bit. So Iron Boots on one side, and a man like Sparty bunny hopping his way through a double kill. So nice pickups there, and on rotation, a bit of a square up battle. Fire looking for the extra kills, and he sets up Glowfrosty to get it. So Omid are going to be here first again. Rotation on point.
Yeah, not a problem whatsoever. We are coming to a swift close of our first set, and it is a solid race so far. Another clean 3 in the feed for Optic. That seems to be tradition. Lovely shots from Pred. Once again, belly down, gunny up.
Yeah, and this is, to me, just sort of messing with those timings. It is uncomfortable when you spawn up and you got a rival 9 player just gunning you down within half a second of your life coming to fruition. So not ideal circumstances. And again, a different experience playing against a team like this. Well orchestrated and firing on all cylinders. Optic Gaming, a small but noticeable 30-point lead. Any good news from Omid? Long term, they got the right side spawn, so trying to work their way back.
Eyes on Omid here. Very important moment for them. They've got to close the gap. Omid Brooklyn fighting forward. Shotzzy a issue. Fire finally puts him down. P1 is open for business in 5. Great work though. In our first set of rotations, they come to the close. We now go back to the middle.
See if you can hold down this P1 for any substantial amount of time. Shotzzy able to get you that first entry kill. And Garrett's playing a touch slow, but Dashy there for the trades. You got Kenny that was dishing out just a little bit of damage. But on the break, question is, what is Sparty going to give you? Enough for the kill, but enough for the trades. Omid had more in the feed, but even still, Pred, the man that climbs to the top.
No streaks available yet. Does not find the coveted 6th. Over to Pred. Lovely coverage. He's still alive. Finally brought down Sparty and Prolu in the feed. Here comes Shotzzy and Sparty again. A lovely 2. It keeps the hard point in the hands of Brooklyn.
And you see Sparty, he loves that jump shot as well. Quite a few funny hops he's thrown off in the feed. And now this is a beautiful situation here from Omid. You had Prolu getting sort of those initial pushed out kills, and this has been the comfiest time they've been able to get all game. And they have the rotation as well. So Omid clearly have brought the fight to the table. This is your opportunity to take the lead, and they're going to maintain those spawns as well. So a little bit of luck to spawn right on top of the new hill.
We're looking at that sort of 30-ish point difference. Optic have managed to maintain it for now. Only with a wonderful chance here to maybe walk away with something. Can't Prolu find any more. Trade, not there just yet. There we go. Pred gets involved. Over to Fire. Beautiful shots out of Pred. Another in the feed.
And just so aggressive as well. Again, you've had moments where you're spawning up and Pred is taking the gunfights within a half second of your life, and you're looking for the trades, but they're flying up one shot at you, and Glowfrosty is just staring into a meat grinder. His teammates disappear in front of him, and I got to be a little bit fearful of the child. No trophies either. Glowfrosty, yeah, too much damage being done. Optic Gaming putting on the pressure even without those spawns.
Doing a good job of maintaining control here. Open hard point, 20 seconds to go, and it's still a very, very solid hold out of Optic Gaming. They have denied Omid Brooklyn the comeback. Can we find the rotation? Back over to P3, left-hand side of the minimap, and Optic are spawning there as well.
This is going to be your money hill as well. So Omid, the 2 best opportunities they've had where they clear-cut, win the rotation. Optic Gaming could just put that pressure on, and now we get to see if Omid Brooklyn can do the exact same thing. 3 players right now working through the bottom side of the minimap. They're going to be running into Dashy.
Oh, it's going to be a big one. Dashy there in the back line, getting covered. Kenny up front, loses it to Sparty. That gives you an angle of attack. 1 man alive on the point, and he's holding it down. It's Shotzzy. Backline now. Prolu making his way forward. Can we get in there? You want to try to stop the scoreline there as Optic. They are just walking away with this Rio.
Yeah, they just never got those back spawns, so they ended up trading out Dashy, but Omid never able to block, and that is going to be the lead effectively spiraling out of control. So those are the 2 big hills, the 2 big moments, and Optic Gaming taking full advantage of it. Again, they're doing the little things right, on top of the fact that all 4 players positive. They're outslaying you as well.
Oh my, Glowfrosty, great win there. We'll find another. Trying to keep Optic at that point for now. Good work. Trade to there. Glowfrosty is fighting a feed. Fred finding a big one. Pressure now on. Can you trade him out? The answer is no. The Thunder from down under causing nothing but problems for Omid.
It's just going to be a massive uphill battle, though. These are not the fun situations. You want the money hills to get this time, and this is not exactly the cleanest setup you're going to have. Only 3 players nearby. Great news for Omit. They got boxes, so they can make this happen. And Sparty again is able to pick up 2 and dish you up the 3rd as well. Everybody on Optic spawning out.
Great one. This one about bad news. Oh, number 7, Prolude's got to go huge here. Can't get it done. Kenny watches the flank, and forward go Optic. This could be massive on a Sparty. Gets 1, the 2nd, holding them down. Shotzi with a trade, and the hard point still in Omit's hands.
Okay, we got ourselves a game. Making the comeback on the Van Hill, not an easy thing to do, but they're making it work. And again, Prolude on the flank. Can't quite get it done. 2 big opportunities, but at least he's getting the impact.
He's trying, man. He's really trying. But at the end of the day, Optic, great game awareness. That's what you would expect at your world champions. Over to Kenny, top side of the minimap. Last hard point here in the 2nd set. And what do you know? It's a 3-point game.
It's going to be interesting. I tell you, Spark was a machine on that hill as well. I think both goes around. He's been on point. Now a 3 spree around P1 on this rotation. So Optic are going to be there first, but they're not going to have the numbers. You got Glow Frosty being the cutoff man. So right now, only 2 players on time, and both of them going to fall. Omit, the break is in.
Well, the break is in. You've still got to contend with Pred. He's trying to get forward, trying to soften these players up. Fire brings him down. Hard point in the hands of Omit Brooklyn. Lead change.
I mean, they're looking for their water. They're looking for that flow, but I don't know how much they're going to have, except the break is just too clean. Shotzi pushing the pace, and Sparty right now just wants to be the cutoff man.
Sparty, you are more than the cutoff man. 3 spree stays alive for a moment. Pred there for it. It's a multi-kill. Fire on the prowl. Gets Pred back. 20 seconds to go here on the final point.
And remember that time all 4 players on Optic End were positive? Yeah, that was 2 hills ago, and now Dashie negative, Pred negative. The slang has been picked up by Omit, but that is a 3 down in the feed. Optic looking to punch back.
Another clean 3. It's an opportunity here. Back over to mid-map. Optic with a full setup. The green arrows on the mini-map. In position for the new hill. On board with Shotzi. He's got himself a sweet spot. Can his teammates find the kills? Grow Fossi forward. 1. The 2nd, no! Omit are in.
They might be a little bit off their game right now. Right now, Optic being tried and tested. The question is, can they be bested? But the setup right now for Omit looking clean.
Hold on, folks. It's not over yet. Optic on the approach. Forward they go. Eyes on Pred. Trying to get an entry. Can't get it done. Fire again. Another big win. And we are looking at 25 for the win.
Oh, yeah. These guys are going to be hungry for it as well. And Spark might be one of the key men. You got Fire inside the hill. Might get gunned down. But if Spark is able to pick up multiple big kills, which he is, Spark's going to give you 2. You don't actually block those spawns, but by God, you get this time.
Are we having it, folks? Is this going to be the first upset of the tournament already? Look for the pop-off, but it's not over yet. Prolude with 2. We're finding time all over the place. He gets himself 3. Another for Prolude. 5 for the win.
Oh, they are going to get this done. What a way to start our tournament. Omit with the map 1 upset. That was a 50-point comeback they just made on Rio. Get those dance 5s flowing. The hungry team strikes first.
Well, we get into the game, folks, and what a game it was. Map 1 goes to Omit Brooklyn, and they've got to be feeling good after that.
And that just makes this series that much more interesting. Again, Clayster mentioned it. You want them first, and that first map is everything. But if you falter, you just give the world champs all the confidence in the world. Now they got to lock in.
Clay also said that he didn't think a Challengers team was necessarily going to get too many maps this tournament. Wow, what a start, folks. Omit Brooklyn. We're Brooklyn at, that's right, they're up by 1 in the series.
And I gotta say, tip it smart as well, right? I mean, 6,300 damage for the squad, minute in the hill in drop 34. So the only champion that is on the side of the Omit Brooklyn that is on that CDL chip. Well, Sparty on point, and again, quite literally on the Van Hill. Both goes around, complete monster. We're watching this man bunny hop his way to double kill after double kill, and the way he ended the game, incredibly impressive. So that was a 180 to 130 bounce back where Optic get outscored, 120 to 20 points. So we're going to take a look at some highlights. We know first half, all Optic. Second half, which starts now, all Omit.
Here's the highlights from map number 1, this Rio hardpoint. Well, folks, if you wanted a tone setter for the Esports World Cup here, MW3, it is already something special. Well, we'll see how the rest of the internet feels about that one, but for me, a very exciting start to this tournament.
And I did appreciate, excuse me, like the relentless sort of aggression that Ahmed was bringing as well, right? We had how many flanks are we watching Prolute be taking those long routes, and quite a few times we are watching them fail, but his teammates initially there to pick them up, and then when it comes to this hill, everybody in the perfect position. They get the 4-man wipe, and you got 6 on the mini-map. Spark immediately going over to just make sure you lock down that rotation, and Optic Gaming just forced a flood into death, and it is their old teammate, who's for the side of Shotzzy and Dashy, Prolute, shutting him down.
Happy with that. Map number 1 goes their way. A moment of mild frustration, I would imagine, there for the Optic boys, but they're no strangers to a tough spot. And that is very, very frustrating. This is the final moments of the map as you watch them get their fist pumps through. That spot on screen, come on, he says. Damn good reason. Great start there for Omid Brooklyn here in Group A.
Oh, that's a great deal of fire coming out from him as well. That is a burst of energy. And again, this is an interesting tournament, man. It's a special one we have here at the Esports World Cup, where the challengers have, I mean, how many times do we get these opportunities in the Pro League era, excuse me, over the past like 5 years? Maybe 3 good opportunities for the challenger squad to actually go against them. One being the Pro-Am back in Vanguard, but it has been a rarity. Well, here we are. The mid strikes first. And the question is, how far can they go?
We had a Pro-Am in MW2 as well at the first event of the year, and that didn't go totally well. I think there was one upset. Only one, really, and it was a couple of maps. It wasn't necessarily actually it might have been a series. Getting old. Either way, though, starting things off in a very hot way, folks. A glorious stage, that glorious trophy up for grabs here in Riyadh. Omid now have got a few moments to go over the game plan and remind themselves of how bad they want it as we go into 6-star Search and Destroy. Now, Chance, 6-star. We talked about it plenty, but Search and Destroy, the first time we would see it here in the competition. Can you explain it for us, mate? It's not the idol.
Well, I will explain it, but I will also just acknowledge for the more hardcore fans, again, they're not going to be using smokes on this map. So typically what we see, it is a ton of A hits coming out. Teams on defense happy to give up that bomb plan, and you smoke out you go through the midsection over towards Statue, and you just thrive in the chaos, or at least play the 50-50. But now without that dynamic, you actually have to be more creative on the map. The retakes on the A site are not going to be fun without a smoke grenade, so you need more pressure in that direction, which of course now opens up the B site to maybe be more flavorful for the teams on the attacking rounds. The defensive end is not going to be there, but that just means teams are going to have to be on point. On the defensive end, it is going to be retakes on retakes. You have to be calculated in the game plan, and I mean, we see smiles on the faces of Optic Gaming, but I know if I'm going down 0-1 against players like these, it is not a comfortable position. Again, S&D especially so is where I'm expecting Omid Brooklyn to thrive.
Oh, and that was the story coming into this one. We weren't expecting the hard point to go their way, so now you are feeling good. If you are Omid Brooklyn, if you are Optic, it's time to get serious.
Got to lock in, and also shout out to F3. You saw the tattoo on Prolute's hand, so living legend. Well, Miles, take it away.
See, F3, clan tag that we saw rock for a very long time. Pharaoh, a champion of the game, sadly no longer with us, but a lot of love there up on stage for him. And Prolute doing what we can to get well hydrated. I think that's the name of the game here in Riyadh. It's hot outside, folks. It's real hot. I mean, I did get a message from a friend asking me if I was wearing a jacket or if that was my chest hair. You know what it is, brother. And I hope you're having a great time as well. CDL 6-star, Search and Destroy on its way in a moment, folks. Here we go. Map number 2 of our first game of the day. This is going to be spicy.
Common terms of phrases will absolutely get you at the worst possible moments, but a best of 5 series that we are going to be rocking here, and you see what these teams can provide. Again, a lot of S&D stars on the map, and of course on Optic Gaming, it's not like they're shy away from S&D as well. They had to drop off throughout stage 4, absolutely made up for it at falling off the cliff
into oblivion,
but they made up for it, so they're obviously going to bring lethal S&D to the table as well. And again, the A retakes without the smokes, incredibly different, and you already got the stuns of Glow Frosty attempting to slow Shotzzy down.
The Ant-Man manages to infiltrate the A bomb site, low hand side of the mini-map. We'll see what happens in a moment. The Shotzzy back to full health. Dashy's getting a lot of pressure here. Omid Brooklyn on the defense, now on the offense as they fly forward. Dashy's going to have to reposition quick. Can he get his gun up on time? He can. Big win.
Oh, that's a huge win. Well, it's 2 players, though, right? Oh, the fire doesn't get the kill, so now Dashy's actually out of dodge. This is a massive advantage from Optic. Bomb down. They know a player's on the flank.
Gets to the next power position as well. Dashy, the rear security right now for Optic Gaming. Red's going to back him up there as well. Now through the middle of the map, we see a retake without smokes. The trades will have to be on point. Whoever gets the first kill better get the second quick.
Well, and you see Dash in the feed. He wins the most important one. Fire has to win that gunfight and turn the heads on Optic Gaming. The second you lose it, it is the funnel system. Optic get the information. Once you spot out those 2 players, and you incredibly easy gunfights to win. So that's going to be a look. No smokes make this retake that much more difficult.
We're not going to
if
go
your
through
initial
every single matchup
is not on point. You will not have success, and it is Dashy that breaks their strat down. Double flank attempted through the B
as much as I love COD,
Dashy, Big Bruce, let me stop to it.
And again,
I'm not going to see him for 7 hours.
If you're able to bring down Dashy in that situation,
it's going to be the next day by the time I'm done.
Retreat, the old shoot and scoop as he runs his way back over towards the boys. Bomb now in the hands of ProLoop. Brooklyn will take their turn now to attack one of these 2 bomb sites. Optic 3-man. Now 4-man. They are going to overwhelm that bar in the center of the map.
And that's an interesting moment. They actually, again, doors closed. We're watching ProLoop play with the timings. All the stun grenades land at the doors of A. They connect with nothing. Optic Gaming completely leave the site open. But in spite of winning the information game, Omit taking a little bit of time to actually go for the plant. So Optic have repositioned. You can see all these players turning. It is taking Optic so long to figure out where the plant's coming through. But Omid just taking way too long to go for that bomb plant.
Oh, that's sensational. Lovely lethal usage. The frag connects, and it's a 2-man advantage right now for Optic Gaming. Fire through the middle of the map. Over by the bomb site, it might be a toe-to-toe dance. Glowfrosty knows the moves, comes out on top. Fire now on a flank. The opportunity for a big win. Dashy! No! He stays alive. It's a 2v1.
Shout out to the Rival 9. Now we get an opportunity. What can Fire do to make this happen? Well, unfortunately, gets spotted, and the Call of Duty timing not exactly on his side. He's taking a deep route in this moment. 20 seconds left, though, and he's going to throw a nade. So, yeah, Optic Gaming able to reposition it. They know exactly what to look.
There it is. Shotty tags are in. 2v1 spot to be in Fire. Nice shot. Nice attempt. Not enough. 2-0 Optic.
It actually created an opportunity to make a move, but the second he throws the Semtex is basically throwing the round away as well. Not going to win one of those gunfights, let alone both of them in that moment. So, Optic Gaming again on point. And that's a tough one from Omid. I mean, you just got to play with confidence in S&D. Their opening strat quite literally was done to perfection and just waited too long. Optic Gaming sniffed out the pressure. They're there for the, I mean, not even a retake. They just simply didn't allow the bomb to go down.
Didn't allow it to go down. Fire's got to get back into that bomb. Grab the bomb, manage to bring down 2 players. It's a tall task. But so far, Optic Gaming, lovely start for them. Lovely start for Shotzi as well, 3-0. He gets to 6. He gets a cruise missile.
And Kenny just wins a nice little gunfight, coverage over top, and going to shut some things down. And Shotzi also wins an incredibly difficult gunfight and shuts down Glowfrosty. Now Kenny trying to prowl. Shotzi actually dies to an aid, so we got ourselves a very quick 2 versus 2, and Dashy ice up instantaneously. No time wasted.
Big Bruce finds 2, makes it 3-0. As the play was cut entirely in half there. Omid Brooklyn, not a whole lot going on ProLoop. I'm not sure if he's surprised or frustrated, but regardless, a lovely bit of work here from Optic in the search and destroy.
And the question was, can they bounce back after map point? That is an incredibly quick response.
Si, senor.
Optic fans might be a little bit shook, maybe concerned about their team's S&D. They might have a little bit PTSD from a portion of the year, but right now they are wheeling and dealing. And the stun grenades, again, they got baited by the information last go around. If Shotzi's taking this round, they're going to be stock and standard. They are very ready for the A pressure.
Oh, yeah. Shotzi's going to hold this as long as he possibly can. Will the COD timing, that tacit knowledge he has of the way the play will go, work out for him? Fire, the man watching the flank, and now giving it up. So you've got players all over that bomb site, and Shotzi is just underneath them.
Don't take the bomb too far. You take the bomb too far. Now Omid forced to go and pick that up.
Will he pull it out? Shotzi, what timing! Masterful approach from Optic Gaming here. The last man alive, Glowfrosty. Will Shotzi be the man to grab him? And that is that. A sensational round from Optic Gaming.
Yeah, and maybe I need to sort of wake up a little bit. Apparently, I don't know ball. I was thinking S&D was going to be Omid's best opportunity to strike, and they are not looking good in the game mode right now. Optic Gaming simply able to do whatever they want and not having to work too much for it either. Shotzzy just gets a freebie first blood with the bomb down and goes, yep, we win.
That's the way it goes sometimes, mate. Omit Brooklyn 4-0 so far here on Six Star, and it's first to 6 in Search and Destroy. So with the in-game time only at 3 minutes and 30 seconds, we're rocking through this one, mate.
Hey, this is barely enough time to actually earn trophies as well. If you're not getting kills, I mean, Optic Gaming are going to have them. They'll be ready to go, and it's spreading the map as well. And Dashy, in the meantime, able to get a first blood. I'm hearing all the stun grenades get out, and I think Shotzzy able to take that route for absolute free, and Dashy is locking the flank down.
Yeah, this is a very strong map point for Optic Gaming.
5-0?
So invasion control maps. Yeah, so invasion control next map will be going there in about 14 seconds. No, again, that was actually a 23-second round. Unbelievable lethality there from Optic. They're rocking. We've got ourselves a major bounce back here in the S&D. I'm not even joking, mate. This is 3 minutes and 53 seconds so far. This is a record.
And I think the first round might have been like a minute and 10. So it's just been Optic completely. Well, I say Optic, Dashy and Shotzzy running them over.
Yeah, Dashy and Shotzzy 8 and 1 respectively. Hello. Dashy looking for the number 9 and looking for the cruise if he can get this. And no need right now as we are flying forward.
Truly is a different experience getting shot by Dashy. You're just not expecting to be absolutely ripped for these small amounts of body you show, but they take the bomb past the site again. They're hoping someone from Optic over-rotates and just jumps into death. And, well, Optic, everybody's here. Shotzi's going to fall, but you at least get a couple trades. Dashy not able to get the extra man advantage on it.
However, yeah, we've jinxed it. Fred, lovely, patient position to be in the middle of the map. Waiting for the go button. There it is. Hit. Fire. What a turn! Fire wins the fight. And now it's all down to Dashy, not only for the round, for the map, and for the cruise.
That's unlucky, too. I think Dashy actually tagged up Fred and made him a little bit weaker, so not ideal. You're just looking for one here.
Just get one. Can he yell 3, though? That's the attack now towards the bomb site. Quick check. You're going to be able to jump on it in a moment. Oh, Dashy, you know it's happening. That's the bomb plant. 1v3 for Big Bruce.
Well, guess who didn't win the Clutch Player of the Year award from Breaking Point?
5-1 though. Omit Brooklyn are on the board.
That is one of those moments where I'm like, it is Dashy.
I feel like
he can absolutely do
when
it.
it comes to the
he was the most fun player this year.
The boys
CDL,
absolutely ripping.
I think it's about that time for them to expand the teams.
Well, Omit.
So if
boys
you
have
have
a
this
lifeline.
team
It
from
has to
Brooklyn,
be
you can add
absolutely perfect. Now in the
4 or
cold world
5
we
more
call it a
teams.
full sail chance. That is what
make it more
a
interesting.
5-0 comeback for our winning team. If they can win it 6-5, we'll see if it can happen. Might have jinxed it. We'll see.
At this level, I think there's maybe been 4 or 5 full sales of all time
in many years now of Call of Duty esports. But so far, an explosive opener to the round, but no deaths yet. So everyone throws their lethals nearly. And Sparty, great eyes, spots at least one of the players out. Optic now on the approach towards the B-bomb site.
He's playing aggressive as well, so he might be dealing with quite a few players. And shot and tag to the back. Kenny with the first blood. So Spart wants to get aggressive. Kenny, he'll do the exact same thing. He is happy to run at you, but trade through. Got a 2v2.
Shotzzy now making moves. A little bit of noise, not too much. Now about to pick up the flank. Oh, and if they watch this, it's over. Shotzzy trying to get involved. Oh, the shots on a Glow Frost. He manages to make it a 2v1. Fire! Can't win it. That's the map. Optic game. Tie it up. 1-1.
Covert sneakers. Not needed. Shotzzy running. 6-1.
Hard point in the past. Up next, what we got?
Invasion control. Yeah, got invasion control. The pace is going to be switched up quite massively in Omit. Maybe a little bit happier for the respawns because that S&D painful. Pro 1-6, Spark 2-7. Not a single player positive and only a single round 1. So not ideal. Dashy quite literally just completely locking the map down on any time they attempted to flank through the B side. Dashy just easy gunning for him on that side, and Shotzzy needed to push pace. Well, he thrived in that environment as well. So the bounce back after the shenanigans we had in map 1 made up for him. By the way, 6 first bloods from Optic Gaming there in that moment. Absolutely thriving on 6 star.
It certainly helps. Where Brooklyn at? Not on 6 star, evidently. No, back to Rio. They like to go. But we're not going to go back to Rio.
Hold up. I'm not going to lie. We're just going to go straight to where is that?
He was considered a rookie, wasn't really in the RLTY conversation, and he has been the most consistent player on this roster all year long. He's got to be talked about more.
I love that call. Gio doing work, and so will his teammates. They're going to be powering through to the next round, where it's still an elimination match. The question is, who is going to drop down to play against them? Let's take a look here at our Group A bracket. Optic Gaming took care of Omit Brooklyn in the opening round. Meanwhile, it was Carolina handing Legion a 3-0. Those two teams will play each other tomorrow.
This
the
tells you a lot
down to
about
play
some of the players.
You thinking this is Carolina with the rematch?
Optic looked a little shaky against Omit, and after what we just saw to them, how did Omit win a Rio hardpoint versus Optic?
Yeah.
Carolina might see blood in the water and might be going for Optic's neck.
And can Vegas repeat what they did in this series in the hardpoints on maps like Vista and, of course, Karachi?
I think so. I think Vegas finally found their footing. They got to play, maybe a team that is below the pro league and really get their feet under them and keep their tournament going. So they're going to be a little better tomorrow, I think.
Great news for Vegas. You just doubled up your prize money. Let's take a look at this ridiculous $1.8 million prize pool just by getting here, by earning your spot at EWC.
Look how much
You bet
money.
$20,000. But by winning, or at least one matchup in your group, securing third or better, $40K, Alley Cat.
I mean, that's a lot of cash. You just keep doubling up with almost every single win, and we still have another match to go.
Lots of games to go as we are saying goodbye to a number of teams. We'll find out who's on top right now. Gentlemates, Bance's crew is taking on Accuracy in G2. We'll get an update on that. And of course, we still have a big one on the stage. Falcons get a second time in front of a home crowd. I was tuning into EAFC. Those guys are going nuts here in Riyadh. I can't wait for another matchup.
Yeah, I mean, Falcons has another match tonight, which kind of stinks that they don't get to go home and kind of.
I'm not going to lie. 600,000 is not bad, but it's 4 players on a team. If they win, that's $150,000. But the worst part about it is they get taxed. It's going to be the main part. So technically, if you truly think about it, is they get taxed by whatever state they're in. Then they get money taken from their organization. Not a lot though. But it depends, because some organizations just let them have it, but some they do get like a couple percentage of it. So honestly, they went all the way over to Saudi to probably take home probably 100,000. It's still a lot of money. $100,000 is still a lot of money. So technically, they're going for $100,000 per person. So technically, $400,000 they're going to try to win. But yeah.
Expectation one sec. It's not my job. Like, my job is to go out there, do my job. Do my 25% and let my 3 teammates do their 25%.
It's got real good, real fast. Thanks, eh? You're the man. Let's talk about pressure then. I mean, as you said, lots of games. You've been through a lot. Are you feeling a lot of pressure?
No, I'm feeling no pressure at all. Like, compared to the phase of going to LAG, that was pressure. Making the right decision on where I went, and to be honest, it wasn't really up to me at that point. But like, now I have everything in my hands. Like, I control my destiny, I control my future, and I'm very happy to be playing golf.
Right one. First time in Saudi Arabia, I would imagine.
No, I've been here a few times.
How's the experience been so far? Have you been here long?
It's been amazing. I've been here for like 5 hours. No, it's been like 10, 12, but like the flight wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. It's just everything was super simple, easy, and it's like, shout out to EWC, like they made everything so simple for us.
You've got groups into bracket play. You guys make it out of groups. Who do you want to play in bracket? Who's the squad you want to go up against the most?
My answer, Optic, FaZe, Toronto, New York. The top 4 teams I want to come back and put up a little better fight than I did when I was on third.
It's been quite a journey, man. I mean, what a run. Are you excited to sort of see how Challengers players and how these teams that we've talked about for so long in the Challengers scene go up against the pros? Is there anything that you could add to that conversation?
No, because in my head I'm a pro. Bro. Like I don't see any of my teammates as Challenger players. They've all been in the pro league the last year, 2 years. So I joined a team I joined this team because, like, in the back of my mind, I said, if I'm going to Challengers, I want a team that I know is going to give it their all every day and sprint, and we just bring that into the match or what we're going to be playing, like camps or like this event. Like these three are the toughest teams, just because like in the pro league, it wasn't like that skill level is not the issue. Like it's just like 4 people being on the same page, and like these guys have a foundation. Tyler Fellow, shout out Felony, he helped me a lot picking this team. He actually told me like, you got to go. So it's like I got to trust him. He's been the big bro since United, like, and it worked out.
What would it mean to you to win this tournament?
Yeah, if I win this tournament, I might be butt naked.
Yes.
No, but I'm just gonna give it my all. If I win this tournament, it would mean the world. Just like I think it'd be bigger than chance, because like how this year's been, how I went down, and the way I went out, the way everything happened this year with roster changes, everything. It would mean the world.
Thank you very much, man.
This dude literally, bro, bigger than champs? No.
Crush of 2024 for Call of Duty. Clay, you're seeing this for the first time. How you feeling about seeing
I love it. I love it. That is so cool. We need that in every Call of Duty event forever. Not only do you beat them, but then you're like, I'm crushing your key. It's extra on top.
By the way, if you win the whole trophy, you get to take 3 of those broken keys and put them into your trophy to remember it forever. Let's update you, though, on what happened in Group B. You can see it was the first Game 5 here in Riyadh at EWC. Gentlemates, that's right, Bansa Crew showing their strength in Search and Destroy, sending Accuracy, Lens, and the rest of G2 Esports packet as they exit with 20K.
And this is the first non-pro league team to win a match here at the Esports World Cup. I love that they showed up in a Game 5. They didn't go out not swinging, you know. And G2, I mean, that might be one of those players' last match we ever see play Call of Duty professionally.
Unfortunate news for G2 fans. The Minnesota boys unable to find any momentum here in Riyadh. But Ali, we do have some fun matches coming up our way. And Wargaming are the NA champs if you look at the challenger seed. Amongst all the AMs, they're considered the best, at least most recently. But now you're taking on a squad that showed some strength, especially from XNet and the Team Falcons.
There's just so much pressure on both these teams.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and say this right now and then later. I did watch this Falcon team that's representing Saudi, or where they at, against FaZe. They are getting put out. They got 3-0 by FaZe. And Lore, they're not going for that. I'm gonna tell you right now.
First of all, in these best of fives, where are the players most comfortable? Where are you seeing the most practice being paid off in game?
It's respawn. Players practice respawn the most out of any other game mode. That's usually what we're scrimming each and every single day. You might get one S&D rep a week, but for the most part, you're playing a lot of respawn. So that's where I expect both these teams to be the most practiced.
Maybe I kind of want to take another angle on that. They are the most practiced when it comes to respawn, but Search and Destroy does win championships. You know this better than anybody else. And on one side, for Lore Gaming, they have one of the S&D gods himself in RCDs. When he was on Seattle Surge during the Pro League at the beginning of the season, he was single-handedly backpacking the team in Search and Destroy wins, going double digits almost every single map number 2. So that's going to be my player to watch when it comes to that game.
Let's start with the squad from North America. That is Lore Gaming. They've already banked some cash, looking to double up with a win here. If they do it, we of course are looking at RCDs. But tell me about Yuli, Paul X, and 2.
This man cut his hair. This man had hair.
Is a really intelligent, objective-minded player. He's really focused on using his SMG, playing these creddy corners. And then you have Paul X and Yuli. They're bringing the slaying power, they're bringing the firepower, and their guns are ready to go.
We've seen Paul X at the top. Now he's back in Challengers, playing for serious money in Riyadh, and we caught up with him backstage.
I'm here with Paul X from Law Gaming. Of course, you guys have already played, defeated by 100 Thieves. We now move forward into Falcons. We'll get to that in a moment. Firstly, Paul, you all right? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. It's been a great experience here in Saudi. They're treating us very well, and I'm just excited to be here.
We've got, of course, some top Pro League teams, and then we've got some Challengers teams. You are the top of the bill when it comes to Challengers. Do you think that gives you a bit of pressure to perform here at the Esports World Cup?
Oh, definitely. I was a former pro before this, and so was my entire team. So we just wanted, I think it's just like more pressure to show that we still belong in the league and we could compete with the best of the best. So yeah, there's a good amount of pressure on us for sure.
Standards high. What went wrong against 100 Thieves?
Honestly, I feel like our preparation these last few days has been kind of hard to get practice and be warm. So I feel like we came out a little slow, and I feel like going from here on out, we should be fine.
Do you feel warmed up now?
Oh yeah, way better.
Yeah.
Way better.
Falcons, it's a tough one for you because obviously this is their home turf.
Yeah.
And it's going to be you that could potentially deliver that final dagger. That's a big responsibility.
Very.
But it's not something you're going to take lightly. You know that ultimately it's either you or them, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly. It's you or them. It's us or them. And we came here to win. So whoever stands in our way, we're here to win. So.
All right. What's your prediction for this one?
3-1. 3-1. I think we're gonna, now that we're warm and warmed up and ready to go, I think we're gonna be able to close this out pretty easy.
Warmed up and ready to go. Good luck, Paul.
Thank you.
Cheers.
3-1.
Thank you very much, Ian Chambers. Love having him backstage. And of course, it's great to see Paul X back on camera. Let's top off this discussion here on Lore Gaming. You won Challengers Champs. You weren't expected to do that. What are the expectations for them here in Riyadh?
They expect to make it to at least the playoff bracket, right? They just won Challenger Champs. That means they're the best of the rest that are not in the Pro League, maybe better than some of the bottom teams. I think the expectations for this Lore Gaming squad is to make the playoffs.
Ali, if you had one player to watch, who are you putting eyes on?
For Lore Gaming, I have to keep my eyes on Arcity just because I feel like his story is the most interesting when it comes to this lineup. I mean, and he has so much to prove. And I remember seeing a couple of tweets from him saying, I kind of found my love for Call of Duty again, getting sent back down to Challenger. So I want to see that reflected in his gameplay.
He said he controls his destiny, but his destiny has aligned up with the Falcons as his next opponents. Will he be able to power through the best squad from MENA? Let's take a look. We got King of Bodhi, Exnid, Roxas, and Khalid. Let's highlight what they accomplished earlier. They didn't get any map wins, but they hung there with FaZe.
They played him tough, and Exnid really surprised me with how well he played. He was by far their best performer in that 3 maps that they played against FaZe. And, we're looking for a little more out of King. He had a little lackluster of a series, but they played FaZe tight. So
Now, Ali, we had Lore Gaming playing over on the second stage.
Yeah.
Falcons have some experience on this stage. Do you think it's going to impact their game?
Definitely. I mean, especially when you have the crowd buff behind you. We all know that very well in the COD scene when it comes to the green wall and Optic Gaming. And this is another green wall over here at EWC. So I hopefully gets a little bit more confidence and gets them going a little bit earlier in the series.
We caught up with the Falcons before the match. Here's what Roxas had to say.
Wearing this jersey here at the Esports World Cup comes with its own unique pressures. Of course, in front of a home crowd here in Riyadh. Roxas, things didn't go your way, of course. You were up against arguably the best team in all of Call of Duty, Atlanta FaZe. How do you reflect on that first heavy defeat?
On our first game, we play good until the midway through it. They have more experience than us, and it shows in map 1. And they capitalize on small mistakes from us, but we will be better next game.
Yeah, well, the next game is coming up very shortly, up against Law.
I'm going to keep it a buck. They're getting 3-0'd. They're getting 3-0'd, bro. They didn't play good. If y'all watch them play FaZe, FaZe was literally trolling them the whole time. Now, S&D, they didn't play bad, but it wasn't good enough. But like I said, I think it's going to be 3-0. He's hit 3-1, but I think it's going to be 3-0. But if Falcon finds a way to stop them on hardpoint, this first one, because they're playing Rio twice. Then Invasion, Karachi, then Invasion again. It all depends on these two Rios. What's gonna happen? But yeah.
We want to know what the fans think in this one, Alley Cat. They can always head on over to stcplay.gg. How many games do you think this one can go?
I feel like this one definitely can go to 5 for sure. When it comes to my prediction, though, I do hope I end up being wrong, but they got the best jerseys in the building. I got to go with Lore Gaming.
Wait, we got 20 seconds.
I'm going with my boy Alec RC's on Lore Gaming. I got to root for him, man.
Falcons. It's my first time watching you. Clay might be your GM in the future. Hey, press this man right now. Show us what you got against the best in NA Challenger scene. It's time to get this party started as we send it down to the Amazon stage.
Our final series of the day is upon us, and we're an opening day for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 at the Esports World Cup, with our first crushed key arriving to podium.
Yes, we've had clean sweeps, upsets, and statements made on the main stage, but it is now time to close out day number 1. So, make some noise for Lore Gaming and Team Falcons!
For the final time, today, one of these teams will be sent home and their team will join the crushed of the fallen. Barney, the stakes are high.
And the expectations are even higher. So, let's go out with a bang, shall we?
Down here. I'm gonna say this real quick. It's gonna be a CDL team that wins it all. Just to let y'all know, as much as this nonsense.
We've got the Challengers champions taking on the best team out of the MENA region, Lore Gaming and Team Falcons in our final match of the evening. Do or die time here. The shift with study. How we feeling today, Jay?
Man, we're feeling fantastic. Our final match of the night, like you said, the Challengers champions going up against the hometown team in Team Falcons. This is going to be a battle, man. And when they got a chance to look at the map most, you saw that a lot of the maps are very, very similar to what Falcons were able to play against Atlanta. You're going to start off on that Rio. The map number 2 is that a Vivian Invasion. It's going to be Rio S&D, but that Invasion Search and Destroy all the way into game number 5. Yep. And then you have that Invasion Control where you have an opportunity to right the wrongs of your earlier series.
Yeah, really. I mean, you compare the picks and bans to the phase series to this one. The only map that's actually different that wasn't in the mix was the Rio Search map number 2. On the other front, though, for Lore Gaming, trying to reestablish some confidence, they will actually start off on the map that they initially dropped 200 Thieves. It was 250 to 140 on the Rio Hardpoint when they played earlier today. So trying to right the wrongs that they had to start their EWC runoff on.
Yeah, both teams having a slow start. So obviously this is an elimination game. You do not want to fly all the way across the country, especially if you're the top NA Challenger team throughout the entire season. And unfortunately fall short here. Through our Falcons, the hometown team, you just got to come out swinging, man. I felt like King of Body, he was the guy that everybody talks about for this team's Falcons roster. He puts up a 0.6 versus Atlanta FaZe, and I know it's Atlanta FaZe. It's very difficult to play up against those guys, but at least they sort of played them close, and you heard it in that interview on the first half. Yeah. Now, when you get to the second half of the game, you should be prepared a lot more because you're going up against another Challenger team.
And, you know, that's the thing about veteran squadrons, whether they be in the Pro League or if they're out of Challengers. You find success by molding and adapting to what you're currently adjusting to. And again, I think, you know, walking away from that Challengers Championship Grand Finals, Lore Gaming did that better than them in Brooklyn, which is why they won in, 6 games of what they had from the best of 7 from then. So, yeah, I think that's an important note. And, hey, I think, you know, impressively enough, the fact that Team Falcons realize that, I think, is a huge step in the right direction for how they can prepare for this matchup.
Yeah, because you can just tell every single player on that side of the stage, they are roaring with confidence. There's nothing to be afraid of. They know that they deserve to be in this position. They sort of showed it versus Atlanta FaZe, but now you get a chance at redemption. But I think Clayster hit it on the head. The difficult part is that they did not really have a lot of opportunities to actually go back and watch that series and learn from their mistakes, because they instantly had to spawn right back in on the main stage, this time versus the top NA Challenger squad. But we talked about it. Rotation's got to be a lot better for Team Falcons. And then on the opposite side, for Lore Gaming, when I got the chance to look at the numbers, it was Two-Real who really stood out to me. We always talk about how he's objective focused. He's always going to play for the win at the very end, but you need to play for the win and clutch up in a couple of those kills. A .78 going cut.
And that's the thing is, like, we've seen that out of a number of different Challengers players, but it does come to mind, not to point fingers, but Two-Real's one of those guys you look at and say, like, yeah, brother, just take a beat, pause. Like, you don't have to go and kill everybody all at once in a single life. Like, take a minute. Let your team get there with you. And I'll tell you, this Team Falcon squad, they punished a couple of overcharges from Atlanta FaZe. So it's definitely one of those things that you have to look at and say, okay, let's take a beat, let's chill, let's make sure we're setting ourselves up correctly, because Team Falcons are not to be taken lightly.
The only thing that's going to be scary, though, is that you heard it in Paul Lex's interview. They didn't really have a lot of opportunities to practice or get warmed up. So the fact that they got their first match out of the way versus 100 Thieves, they actually fell short all the way into game number 4, 250 to 238. So that can either be really good for you because you gained some momentum, or really bad for you because you're absolutely demoralized, thinking that you should have been able to force a game 5. But here we go, final match of the day. Team Falcons, Lore Gaming, winner keeps going.
Definitely feels like this could be anyone's game as well, especially considering how Team Falcons had started off on this map in particular. But it is Lore Gaming. The first couple eliminations, able to fight all first 3, actually. So early time being accrued by the Challenger champs.
And unfortunately, Khalid, he is going to fall as well, thinking that he could potentially be the opening player to find a couple kills. But you can already see King Abadi turning the tides around. Puts out that SMG finds a double. Fortunately, he is going to get traded, and still Lore in control of the hill for now.
Indeed the case. A couple eliminations do come through for Team Falcons, but not enough to stop the current accruement of score by Lore Gaming. And they also hold on to the P2 side of the map with only 15 seconds remaining. So this is one of those moments we looked at when it came down to how Falcons have played up against FaZe. You got to win some of these early rotating gunfights to give yourself a chance at breaking the new setup.
Yeah, but the good thing for them is we're still at the P1. Yikes. So you want to contest this all the way to the very end, try to gain a little bit of mid-map control, and then try to bombard your way around that backside and flip those spawns. But effective trades coming in from Lore. In control of those spawns for P2. Falcons all the way across the map. It's going to take about 10 to 15 seconds before they even have an opportunity at a break.
And the thing about this is you've got players alerted towards the possible pitch, plus Paul zoning out the front. Now, that said, there is enough of a push around the back for Falcons to flip the spawns, and then the Rocks is able to find 2 from inside the hard point. So Falcons will get their break, 35 seconds to the fight for it.
Yeah, but you got to get in this hill. Paul Lex is making it very difficult for them because he's still staying alive around that Humvee area, but at least you are soaking up the time now if you are Falcons. Xnid, he finally gets his first kill of the map so far, but still a good chunk of time here if you are Falcons to fight for it. So here we go.
And now with 18 seconds, with really not many threats still available towards P2, you're working on this rotation. Paul shuts down the first. Khalid trying to secure the trade. Oh, a little bit dicey, and Arcity's right there to help out. So Lore Gaming winning on rotation for now. Hardpoint yet to open, though, and where are the spawns? Doesn't look good. Nope, Two-Real's going to spawn all the way out by Old.
Yeah, but as soon as that new hill pops, and hopefully if Lore can get a couple kills, they can secure those back spawns. But Falcons are now blessed with the opportunity to find an early break. They have control of boxes. Paul X gets the read onto King Abadi. Finds that one-on-one gunfight. Now Lore have the numbers to try to isolate onto all of these players on boxes.
Yeah, but Two-Real shuts down that potential flank, and wow, just going for it all. Two-Real for 3 in a row. Now looking for the 4th, and no, not going to happen. A late 7-tech from Xnid, able to at least take him out of the picture. Problem is Arcity's is right back into the hill, though. And his little finesse allows Paul to come through and help out, and Lore Gaming still staying solid over the top of the 3rd hill.
And that's fantastic, even with Falcons winning the rotation sort of with the kills that they were able to find. Not able to hold down to those spawns because Lore were able to find successful in a couple of those kills to secure those back spawns. Now Arcity still finessing in towards the hill on 5 in a row. Unfortunately, no cruise missile going to be earned, but you can already see Lore Gaming a step ahead, winning another rotation.
And it's not even just that they're here first. They forced the Falcons to spawn in the worst possible position just before the hills change. So now you've got Two-Real causing an absolute disastrous rotation on the Falcons as he is behind this entire late play around the back, and yeah, it's just King Abadi, the last one left alive. First 20 seconds, very clean and comfortable for Lore Gaming.
Now, if you are King Abadi, you got to try to play your life on that side of the map because you are the player setting up on this pinch. You're just hoping that your teammates can find a little bit of success on the opposing end, but everybody falls. And the last player up is going to be Khalid. He's able to at least find one, but it's still Lore in control of the hill with still 30 seconds to fight for.
Stun will also land over towards Garage, so Team Falcons should know that Paul's in this forward position. They take care of him quickly. Now the play up towards ramp. Kigabody able to get one more before dropping. RC's off the regen though. Holding on to the top heady, and this is looking pretty decent for him. Lots of damage, and the last bit of wallbang will connect onto Roxas, and with that, Lord Gaming will secure the scrap.
Yeah, the two-time world champ knows how to get it done in the big moments. Able to find a three-piece, make it 4 in a row. Slowly but surely working up that progression for that first cruise missile of the game. Lower Gaming, though, they have opened this game completely open. Finally, Falcons are going to find themselves in the driver's seat off the rotation. A couple kills as well going in their favor, but it's still Lower already in their faces contested.
It just feels like every single time we start to see Falcons contested, someone just gets caught, and then all of a sudden it just goes one by one, like dominoes, they start to fall. Nice moment from Exton, off 3 in a row, staying alive and keeping the Falcons in the hard point. And honestly speaking, you get the better part of this back third, you're not out of this game anymore. So even though it's been a very convincing first set of hills for Lore, Team Falcons are still in the mix.
Yeah, they definitely have an opportunity to get themselves back into this game, but the second half needs to be better off the fundamentals. So the 60-point difference, they're finding all the kills in the feed. And I don't know about you, but when I'm looking at Lower Gaming around the map, they're looking like shadows because they're all pitched out in black.
Yeah.
So 15 seconds here. It's looking like it's going to go in favor of Falcons, and they currently have top mid control. This is their opportunity to get back in the game.
Nice from Khalid, able to follow up. It is a late subtext though for Real, clearing out parts of that bridge. But like we said, you're down 60 points, and you're in a prime spot to try to lock things up over towards P1 as we jump back over to a Team Falcons. Listen in. Oh.
بقدم نصر بقدم
غدر كله عليه غدر كله عليه انت
ما بخسر انا قلت لك واحد نص يمين مات واحد نص يسار مدمج ها وجهك قاعد بجيكم بس اسكت زمرك واحد بس غدر مات غدر يا شيخ في ثاني راكب وراي ما في واحد عندي زق درجه زق شوف يو درجه زق للحين عندي ها درجه زق اثنين درجه زق مات قلب ايوه يمكن واحد يكبر من اليمين اسكت مات فحل واحد بس بجيك نص انا ماسك نص واحد يمسك يمين انا عندي نص مات ثاني نص راح دبل دور فحل واحد خش كامل على ابو علي خلاص عواميد خلاص واحد نزل انا شوف النزل انا شوف انا شوف انا بخش ثاني انا انا شوف يمين في واحد.
Well, great stretch of hills here for Team Falcons, but they do get the P2 first. A little bit of a late flank here coming out of Lower Gaming. Just comes down to, will this be fully ratted? How about Kigabody? 3 in a row, 20 and 15. Heck of a bounce back from him.
What was a 60-point difference? It's only a 16-point difference now. And if you are Falcons, you are in the driver's seat. You have them trapped in towards the backside. You are still soaking up this time here at P2. Slowly but surely, they are finding their way back into this game, and they have the rotations to do.
This is an absolutely massive moment here for Team Falcons. Shots coming through for Khalid, just trying to hold off this low rotation, but he will be cut down. Now it's just down to where does he spawn, and at least, for Team Falcons, they will spawn behind the new hill, so a chance to take their first lead, and the eliminations are absolutely there. One more to grab at Arcades, but as he finds his trade, he tries to back away, not going to be allowed to stay alive, though.
Now a potential lead change on the cards for Falcons. I know they had a great first half versus Atlanta FaZe, but so far versus Lore, a great second half. They are able to take the lead, but for how long? Because we have players from Lore Gaming hitting a couple routes, but Falcons are more effective on the trade, still holding on to the hill, still holding on to the spawns. They are starting to turn up at the right time.
Lore Gaming need to take a breath right now. Long spawns away from this hard point. They really only have one good look at this before they need to maybe chalk and rotate. Opening starts to be secured as Julie Paul find themselves in the kill feed. Exton in the corner, trying to find the last one. And how about that from Exton? Also knows as a player in the corner with the pistol does not best Arcades. So with 13 seconds of scrap time, Arcades will take another down with them. If there's a chance here for Lore Gaming to put some pressure on rotation.
And now this is where you got to start thinking about that rotation if you are Falcons. Now you got lead in a position, but unfortunately he's not able to find that initial gunfight. The pinch is going to be set up from a body, but unfortunately no teammates are going to be around him except for Exton. Fortunately, he is going to fall as well. So Lore Gaming win the gunfights for the rotation. They take the lead right on back.
All the utility from Team Falcons is landing. No trophy system down immediately, but now there's one to help support for both sides. And Lore Gaming were thinking about opening up a bit of a pinch, but Julie just finds the kill and then backs away. The rest of Lore fully focused on the front. Shots from Khalid, decent. As the lead swings back to Lord Gaming pretty convincingly, and this hit is not developing as Yuli shuts it down from the pinch. It's 2 for Yuli, now on 3 in a row as Lord get over 200 points.
And now if you are King of Body, you have to make this route count. He took his sweet time working his way around P3. He finds himself in the perfect position to eventually find a couple kills on this hold hard point, and that double is good enough, trying to make it a triple. Now there's only one player left here for Lore. You just need this trade onto 2Real, but he's still making plays happen. Final 10 seconds here at this P4. Early off the rotation, though, Falcons should be properly set up with the numbers here at P5.
And a couple of stuns will land. That will put Paul out of commission. RCD's just waiting for help, and it's not going to be here anytime soon. You've got a long route from 2Real. The cutoff through mid works out nicely for Team Falcons. And now it's just time to what happens with this 1v1 off screen. And yeah, that's going to be 2Real who takes it. Now the surround is in. Time for Lord to try to hit this break.
Yeah, you're just not expecting 2Real to hit that deep of a route. Catches the body off guard, but the rest of Falcons holding on from the hill. Khalid and Xnid, they're able to find every single kill in the feed. Xnid started off 1-6.
Yeah.
He is 30-21, the high performer versus Atlanta FaZe, and he's trying to do it again.
Not 4 in a row, but all this incoming utility takes him out of the hard point. Khalid from deep. Now the last one down. It's a full 4 down. 22 seconds left here. Laura cannot win, but of course they put themselves well within the condition, especially if they soak up every last second.
Yeah, this is tough, man, because Laura holding on to this final junk time, and as well, they are showing presence around that middle map off the rotation. The entire kill feed is going to be black. Lord Gaming looking to close out this game at the new P1 hill. And if you're our Falcons, it has to be picture perfect, but it might be over.
Yeah, this shutdown from Yuli essentially forces Falcons to have to flood from the front. RCD's in position for it. Pistol out will win the battle. Last 4 seconds trying to come through. But King of Body and Exit hold on a little while longer. Lord Gaming all up that left side staircase. Falcons trying their best to hold on. They're still finding the kills. This game is far from over.
They are trading effectively, man. 2v1 in the kill feed. Can they make it their advantage as well? It's now a body starting to turn up again with that SMG in hand on 4 in a row. A cruise missile being so massive at this point of the game. Exit, it's time for you to fly on in. He's only able to take that one, but it's still a contest fight.
Now it's just 1-1. It has to be Roxas to stay alive. Contest is in. Name will take him out of the picture. One more challenge to try to touch it. It's not going to happen. 250, 205. Lord Gaming with a late surge through P5 into the first. Get him to win.
Yeah, it was good stuff right there from Lord Gaming that had the hot start, because Falcons on the second half of that game started winning a bunch of their rotations. It's just the difference in that game was that second hold at P4, where they had players early off the rotation. They just were not able to find those initial couple of gunfights. And then when they started the trade fights, 2Real walks in and finds a double for the final 15. So Lord Gaming, they take care of business and take that map number 1.
Yeah, and I think you point to the right person. I mean, we talked about it perfectly almost right at the beginning of this map. 2Real has tendencies to take one more challenge than he needs to.
Yeah.
I thought he did play his life pretty darn nicely this time around, maybe with a couple of exceptions, but he had someone there to pick up his trade. Sometimes that's been his issue of going too far to where, yeah, I did damage, but no one's there to finish it off. Much better for Lore this time, trying to finalize some of those eliminations that 2Real start.
Yeah, and it was good to the hot start that he had, because when you're playing so well at the beginning of these games, eventually if Falcons start to fight their way back in, 2Real's still thinking about how are we going to walk away with this W. He hits long routes, catches King of Body off guard on that rotation over towards B5, gets 246. Then all you need is one break opportunity in towards top mid, and he was able to get that done alongside of his teammates. A minute 40 in the hill, 29 traded kills. That's 2Real I was waiting for.
That's what I'm saying. Absolutely. And on top of that, it's also just kind of, once we talked about it once, we got to talk about it twice.
Yeah.
The fact that Falcons just, again, not really able to put together those rotations that matter the most. I think in particular, there's that first rotation where we go from 2 to 3, where it looked like they maybe had a route instantly shut down by Yuli and 2Real. So we got the SMGs just creating all this existential pressure that's keeping Falcons at bay from finding those quick transitions.
And there's also situations where Falcons, they have to play their numbers advantage a little bit better, because when they were applying pressure at that new hill at P4 for the second half of the game, they started off trading effectively. They opened up at that first kill, but it's like 3 players on one side doing one thing, and then King of Body hitting the super long route. Maybe if he cuts that route a little bit shorter, instead of working his way all the way around bridge, attacks through mid, and then comes through boxes, he was able to assist his teammates. But by the time he gets into the gunfight, even though he's able to find the double, his teammates are just not there to execute those trades properly. So Falcons put up a way better fight than they did versus Atlanta FaZe here. Slower start in the first half, way better in the second half. You just have to have that from the entire game.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is just being aware of when someone has an opportunity against you to hit these long round pitches, right? It just felt like there were a couple of different moments where Lord Gaming were catching them by surprise, not even just on rotation, but late into a hard point. So some things to kind of keep a monitor about if we do get to map number 4. But before we do that, we got to start talking about Search and Destroy. And hey, through 6 rounds, Falcons looked really good versus FaZe. It was offense for offense through the first 6, but then all of a sudden, FaZe made the adjustments when they needed to step away from the competition just a bit too much.
Yeah, you have to be ready for that if you're Falcons, because you're going up against a Challenger squad in Lore Gaming who love themselves a little bit of Rio. When they won Challenger champs, it was all the way in the game number 7 on Rio Search and Destroy. They have players, they have playmakers in Two-Rail and Yuli who love to apply a lot of pressure through that top mid. This time, we're not going to see any smoke retake, so it's all going to be about those gunfights. And the way that Two-Rail's shooting is going to be hard to take down.
Oh, absolutely. And just to speak to it, because we've seen this, there's very regular moments where all it takes is one good elimination up top at mid, and then an extra stun or nade to free Two-Real up to take an extra step when you wouldn't expect it. So that's something that we definitely need to keep an eye on, because he's been kind of, I would say, one of the staple players and challengers, like we say, sometimes negatively. He likes to take an extra step. In Search, though, if he gets into a good spot, like the bottom side staircase, he's difficult to displace. And I think that is something that Falcons need to worry about.
100%. The SMG presence is going to be felt on the side of floor, but you also have players like Paul X, who had a phenomenal Challengers chance when they came to the Search and Destroy specifically. He might not be putting up the big numbers, but it doesn't feel like he's putting up the big numbers. All of a sudden, you pull up the back button, he's sitting there at 10 kills, 11 kills. These guys were all in the Pro League before. They are trying to make their stand to make their way back on in, and this is a good start, at least taking that map one.
Absolutely the case. I think it just lets you control the series a little better as well on top of that. So we'll see how things kind of unfold here in map number 2. Coach Ricky Atura hanging out. Big shout outs to the young man. He's been a great addition, I'll say. You know, I think for him and Coach Mystic for the side of event, they have been unbelievably talented in terms of helping develop teams that sometimes get put together within 24 hours of certain events to be competitive. And the same can be said for Coach Ludi for Team Falcons. Now, this is his 3rd year, I believe, with this squad. And they've really, again, progressed at a very rapid rate. It just comes down to when the coaches are not involved and you look at your team to be like, hey, we're halfway through this search. We got to make this adjustment. Who's going to hold that crown of being their in-game leader? Because we know that there's plenty of options to the side of Lore Gaming, but I do have the question in terms of who takes charge when it matters most for Team Falcon.
I feel like King of Body is that guy that you're looking at, because at least versus Atlanta FaZe, he's playing with a lot of confidence in Search and Destroy. First round, he pushes up Water Street, instantly is able to find a miraculous 2-piece even with an AR in his hand. So it's got to make sure you're rallying the troops here, because Rio can tend to get out of hand at certain points. You're either playing into the opponent's plays or you're playing your game, because the pacing of this map can be so damn fast and get away from you quick.
Absolutely the case. And I think most importantly, utility usage is going to be super scrutinized. Scrupulous? What's the word I'm looking for?
Whichever one, I don't know. You sound like
something.
You put it there. I don't know.
I'm a thesaurus over here.
Yeah, you got it.
Regardless of the word, it's going to be scrutinized. That's the word I was looking for.
There it is.
On how effective it is. Because, like you mentioned, no smokes, it's kind of a get out of jail free card for a lot of teams. Not going to be the case here. But if you're battling for top mid control, your nade usage better be perfect.
Yeah, it has to be perfect, especially if you don't have any trophies to go with. So, based off of what we saw from Team Falcons versus Atlanta FaZe, they figured it out on their attacking rounds because they applied pressure early on, were able to catch Atlanta FaZe off guard. But their defensive setups need to be a lot more structured. On a map like Rio, where either bomb site, it's very hard to retake, especially now with no smoke grenades. You can't give up that B side for free, especially if you don't have any tax in your back pocket. And also, if you're only applying one player on that side of the map, they're just going to isolate him. This is what Challengers does, especially in Search and Destroy. Find that one guy, gain that early info, and then capitalize on it.
I like the call. Well, here's a look back over where we're at, because, again, if you're joining us late, this is an elimination matchup. Don't get a second life after this, or I think it's a third life after this. As earlier today, we, of course, had the Atlanta FaZe versus Team Falcons matchup here on the main broadcast. And we, like we said, Falcons fought. They didn't roll over to a team that we expected to just completely run through them. On the other side of things, Lore Gaming were able to take the Search and Destroy versus 100 Thieves 6-1, which is where my next point was going to go. But outside of that, a heartbreaker map number 4 is where it ended for Lore Gaming with a chance to possibly upset what is technically actually, I believe, the #1 team in this group because of how they finished at champs. Yeah. So that's going to be an interesting matchup to see FaZe versus Thieves. And then the last time we saw that matchup was BO4 champs. Losers round 1, remember that?
Oh my God, why is my memory so bad? I think I remember it.
Dude, that was a gridlock control to set the reverse sweep.
Oh my God.
To get the long lower bracket run for 100 Thieves. Shout out to all of you.
The entire thing, man.
Dude, that would have been nuts. That would have been the longest lower bracket run I think we've ever seen in COD.
Yeah, because they did it. They one-upped us. Back on Envy and Ghost days, we made it all over Toxic Team and got second. Got smoked in the grand finals, but we had the best loser bracket run until 100 Thieves did what they did.
I can tell it doesn't live rent free in your head or anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, you're way over it. It's fine. Well, let's jump on into the action. We got Rio still here on our screens for the map number 2, Search and Destroy. Team Falcons kicking us off with the early offense.
Oh, and I love this play already from Team Falcons. Slowing down the game because they started versus Atlanta FaZe playing super aggressive, but they know how fast-paced Rio Search and Destroy can be.
Especially no trophies.
Yeah, no trophy systems. At least they're able to gain early info that they were just spotting that crossover towards that B side.
Nade also tossed from the bridge side here for King of Body. Retake Nade's still on the way for Lore Game, but they do not want to let this bomb go down. Here comes the retake over towards U-Haul. Works out nicely, and on top of that, they don't just find the kill, they actually get the bomb down. So now a very tricky spot for Falcons in the 3v4.
Oh, but Turiel decides to just hit that go button, and unfortunately, Falcons are able to get the better of him. So they even up the numbers for free, making it 3v3, but Yuli seems that he has gained some info over towards his bridge shot, but doesn't commit on a gunfight. And Exted and Khalid, they find 3v1 left up to the 2-time world champ.
And that's one of those moments you look at for Turiel, but like, brother, we got a 4v3. We've got top mid control.
Down as well.
Yeah, well, they may not have known that, but regardless, it felt like everything was right inside of the defensive hands. But now it's all down to Arcitys. 1v3 situation. Time is running out just a touch here. Timing could be big, but Arcitys does not get up the Eskies. So after the first blood gets tallied, nothing else goes the way of Lore Gaming.
Yeah, Falcons are able to capitalize on it once they find that freebie onto 2-Rail. I thought Yuli was going to even up the numbers or at least keep it in a 2v2, but he doesn't commit on that gunfight, reads the pressure coming from behind, but cannot take down either player. Just goes down to Lore. You find that opening first blood. Probably don't have the information that the bomb's down, but that's already job well done. You have the man advantage just straight out with our numbers.
And you got map control.
Yeah.
That one felt a little puzzling. And it looked like there was some conversation between Arcitys and Turiel there at the end, so I imagine he's like, bro, chill.
We got this for us.
That's challengers for us. Well, here we go. Into round number 2. Doors are going to be popped by Yuli, waiting for defensive Nates to come over the top end. No information really tallied by the look of it off the motion on the minimap as of yet.
Now it's time for Lore to use their tags to gain a little bit of info through top mid. Snug is going to be able to connect for Yuli. Nate doesn't connect onto anyone, but they are able to isolate onto King of Body. Another first blood, but an instant response, still 3v3.
Yeah, King of Body just had no real estate to work with. This time, Khalid, who tried to take a secondary look up top through really this position that Roxas that also gets dealt with. Decent read from Roxas, but can't capitalize on the kill in front of him. So now it's just down to Exted. And his position may not be fully known with this long flight, but he still gets figured out regardless through boxes. And that'll be a quick bounce back for Lore.
Yeah, good plays right there. Good play call from Lore Gaming to effectively find that trade for that first blood, turn it to a 3v3, and not commit on the bomb plan over towards BB because there's so many different angles that you have yet to account for. They didn't have a single player watching that deep pinch, so they decide to push on through. They win those initial 2 engagements. Then in the 1v3X, it stood no chance. That bomb was getting planted, and you already had players in a position around boxes. So all-out defenses, all-out offenses so far.
All offenses, yeah. See if that trend continues. Team Falcons looking to set themselves up here through mid once again. Exted looking for Arcitys at range. Not able to see him at least initially off of this kind of car battle. Eventually finds him, but largely this is all focused to see if Falcons can once again get control of top mid. Does Lore Gaming still have the nades set up to try to recontest? Not this time. Turiel take it down initially, and then the follow-up from King of Body is perfect.
That's fantastic. King of Body opens up with the Semtex over the top for the first blood and also finds the second, but Arcitys at least minimizes the damage with that nade to make it a 3v2, and he's also going to be the aggressor. Finds that second kill onto Khalid, 2v2 now.
That's a totally different story if Arcitys doesn't get that nade kill. It's the fact that the nade takes him out of the picture. No one knows that Arcitys is pushing up, but the trade back is decent. King of Body also able to find the player down. What are we doing? Paul not quite able to get taken down, but the follow-up is good. Weird moment there with the pistol, diving in and out, but still it works out for Team Falcons.
And that's King of Body finding 3 on the round with the aggression out of that SMG. The movement, not the best, puts the beat down, but almost gets the better of Paul Lex there. But thankfully, he puts down a couple shots to have him weak. Sets up his teammate for that final kill. All-out offenses so far. Falcons up 2-1 again. This time, if you find that initial first blood, let's just try to slow down the game because it seems like Lore is setting the pace. They're not really playing for those objectives.
No, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, look, that's been a critique that we've had across all challengers this year.
Yeah.
Sometimes the first blood just does not pan out the way you would think it would. This time again, early is the first blood from Arcitys. Offense looking to go aggressively over towards B. Defense is nearby, but this is going to be a quick plant with the help of the trophy system for Lore.
And trophy system goes down. Khalid is able to at least find the bomb carrier in Turiel, but the bomb does get planted. So Still a 3v3. Yuli throwing shoulders around this mid-connector area, realizing that the pressure's going to be right in front of him. If he can win this first gunfight, even better, but Khalid finds his second on the round.
Yeah, that timing doesn't work out. Now Paul kind of has to keep his head in a swivel. Damage on the Khalid forces the team fight to come through, and now all of a sudden it's down to a 1v1. Paul is going to flip the map around. Where is Exton? Is the question now. They've seen each other, and Exton takes the 1v1 win. And Falcons find themselves their third round.
And that's a momentum round right there. Instantly dropping for that first blood. They were able to clutch up in the 3v4. Khalid finds a double. You make it a 1v1. I thought Paulex would have liked to play that game clock a little bit better, but the timing wasn't the best. And Exton, he gets the better of him to finally secure the first defensive round, winning 2 search and destroys for Falcons.
Love it. Can you turn this into just a runaway map? It definitely feels like they have the ability to. I mean, they're playing the map really darn well. Battling back after first bloods has been part of it. The objective focus has been another. With only one first blood, they're up 3-1. That is an issue for Lower Gaming.
Oh, without question, man. You got to play your numbers advantage a lot better. And I expect better out of players that used to be formerly in the Pro League.
I'll come back
not
in
make these little
down
mistakes.
3-1.
So now they go back on the defensive side. Falcons already showing a lot of presence over towards Bridge, and Apati takes control of top mid, realizing there's no pressure here. Probably time to work that objective.
Semtex just over towards the staircase. He does see the nades and stuns flying out through Eski's side, but Yuli is the first one to drop. This approach for the defense, trying to retake for Lore Gaming, not working out at the moment. Kigabati looking to take an extra stepper on the outside. Lore have seen this, but do they have the numbers to deal with it? That's the question.
Oh, Turo takes advantage of that top mid position. He finds that first kill. Arcides finds the second. Instant 2v2. But Exton, I think he just turned on the 2-reel. Another 1v1 here for Paulex and Exton.
They're going to get some separation from one another. 40 seconds on the clock. And they're not playing for the bomb. Exton. Does he have a feeling? Sure seems that way. Paul not going to give him the time of day. And now it's just down to, do you play for the kill? Do you play for the plant?
25 seconds to go. Paulex playing the 50-50. Time is starting to get away from him. Exton on 3 in a row, just trying to check every single corner, potentially going to catch the timing, but this time it's more preferred in favor of Paulex. Secures the one-on-one, keeps this game really tight.
Pretty icy from Paul, just to sit there of all places. It works out nicely, though, for Lore. So Exton staved off from finding a clutch, now gets us back to within just a 1-round game. And if you're Lower Gaming, you just got to take advantage of your first blood.
Yes.
And this could very comfortably be, 4-1 essentially for them at this moment, but not to be. So, again, if you're looking at this from Lore's perspective, you just got to be cleaner when you've got numbers advantage.
Without question, man, because it has yet to be around for Falcons where they have worked that objective bomb plan. So if you are Lore, if you find that early man advantage, wait for them to make the play come to you. They're getting super aggressive basically every single round. 3 stacking over towards this B site. You're going to back them down with those tacks. Turo potentially is going to find the opening to work this plant.
You real? Here comes the plant. Team Falcons, they do connect with the nades. They're going to try to recontest this. Bomb gets stuck, though. That does get planted. Arcides with 1 trade, but how long can he stay alive? Because he's stuck over towards Bridge. Paul watching onto 1 cross. Arcides trying to join him. 3v2. Numbers in favor of Falcons, but they do need to defuse.
Oh, and X is just going to hop in.
Yes, he is.
He already has it at 50. Going to find the time to check it. Yes, he does. So takes down that second kill, turns into a 2v2. They gain the info onto the player going on the pitch, and now it's Arcides' turn. The 2-time world champ to clutch it on.
Oh, he's maybe found enough separation to get the pistol out, but doesn't get the full health regen, and that may have been the difference maker. Roxas finds the kill. Plenty of time for the defuse, and Falcons will grow their lead back to that 2-round cushion.
I think the adjustments for both of these teams now, on the attacking side specifically, is that you have to put more bodies to cover your bomb carrier because you're getting bombarded from those bottom Eskies. Even though Turo gets the bomb down, they have the numbers in a 3v2. They find those effective trades, put themselves in the man advantage. And even though Arcides was able to stop that defuse from initially coming in, those couple of shots come in, he's sitting there at 1 shot. Roxy takes full advantage of it again. Falcons take a nice little 4-2 lead.
And I will say, even though Khalid kind of, doesn't really capitalize on the flank fully, the damage dealt plus the position held allows a very quick follow-up from Roxas. So really good teamwork out of the last duo left alive for Falcons. Now we get into round number 7. Opening shots perfect. Roxas nearly able to turn that into a kill. Still happy with the first one.
Without question, man, because Lore just giving them for free. Like they're running up these hills or running up these lanes without any information gained. And now if you are Falcons, you have an opportunity to capitalize on it. But RCs and Yuli's, they find two man advantage lore.
It's another one of those situations where you're in a 4v3. If you're going to bang out that Eskies, do it together.
Yes.
Roxas able to collect the bomb. Immediately going to go for the plant. Exit tried to help out over the side windows. Only finds one. So it leaves Roxas the 1v2.
Roxas in a 1v2 now on a 3 streak. This could be a game-defining round if you can clutch on up. Gains info early on onto Paul X. And if you already gained that info onto RCs, you were going to commit on the gunfight, but he knew you were bound to retake that positioning again. He was ready for the gunfight. Can never catch a 2-time world champion slipping, as Lower Gaming are just continuously staying in this search and destroy.
Round for round they go, but they're going to have to win a couple in a row somewhere. Sooner rather than later, you'd think, especially with the 4-3 tally coming underway. So the conversations will start to brood. What do you call to try to string a couple together? Whereas, again, it feels like the conversation could have just lived in the first blood. Maybe it's just, can we keep Too Real alive? Because he's been the product of the first death throughout pretty much every single round, it almost feels like.
Yeah, without question, man. You got to play for early info if you are Too Real. Let's just stop running down and giving our life up for free. And if you are Falcons, playing your man advantage is a lot better. Thinking about that objective might be the key to success. Amani this time around, though, just going to take top mid away from them. The entire Falcons squad instantly put themselves in a 4v2.
And that's the stun efficiency that you start to see everything landing for Team Falcons. Now they're just going to swarm forward. A flawless round for Team Falcons, now finding themselves on map point.
This is fantastic plays out of Falcons. Teamwork makes the dream work. You find that initial first blood, and thankfully now you got everybody right behind you to trade effectively. Not a single player falls. 4 up, 4 down. Very clean round out of Team Falcons. Now puts them at game point.
Bruh. Gosh, and it's just one of those situations where, again, it feels like Laura just tried to do too much.
Yes.
I mean, all those stuns are hitting, and Yuli has got an angle, I get it, but Too Real tries to push forward to help get his trade, where it's just, we can hold, they haven't really taken it yet. This feels like they're trying to do a little bit too much. Falcons going to back off a little bit here on this opening offense. Not even really throwing much either, so, they even find first blood with that. I mean, I'm telling you, like, no stuns or nades have really been thrown at all, and they still get first blood?
And it's onto Too Real as well. So instant man advantage for Falcons. They're also going to gain info onto the second player. And Exnid gets the better of Yuli. Still the man advantage, even with RCD's finding that kill. But Falcons have the man up advantage. They're going to start to work that objective.
Exnid's like, you don't be throwing stuns at me. Bomb planted. Paul, top Eskies, gives away his position. But RCD's has opened up with an elimination on the other side of the map. Roxas was looking for contact. Does not see Paul initially. But the longer this takes, the more that Falcons will start to realize that this lore hit has to be coming either from behind or, more importantly, over through bridge side. And now they've repositioned completely.
20 seconds to go. You're able to gain info. If you are Paul, instantly finding that kill, turns it into a 2v1. But look at the route out of Khaled.
He very well may have predicted this correctly. 12 seconds on the clock. Has to check to see if anyone's on for the defuse. He finds the first. Oh, my goodness! A massive 1v2 with a snapper to send map through the Falcons' way.
What a fantastic search and destroy right there out of Team Falcons. They said that the aggression is key. They secured a map here at their home event. And they are able to tie the series up at 1. You were looking for a little bit of momentum. You hear the crowd getting behind them.
Do y'all just see what I just saw? What the heck was that, Lord Gaming? What the heck was that? Y'all keep doing the same stuff. The reason why they lost that map is because they kept pushing them. They thought that, oh, we can use this to stun them. And we could push, bro. And Too Real Yuli, bro. What was that? What was that? Seriously, what was that? 3 and 8? Unbelievable. Freaking believable.
Towards bridge, he drops, and when you're these SMG players who love to get aggressive on a map like Rio, your life is very valuable because your ARs are not going to just fly in towards top mid, try to win some insane gunfights versus those rival 9s. They just have to slow down their game, and just simply getting outclassed in those gunfights through top mid costs low.
unreal stuff, man. And for Team Falcons, that S&D prowess, we kind of looked at them as being possibly most strong-handed in the search and destroy. That comes to life. We got group discipline, group decision-making for the most part, and an opportunity to not just see the first map go the way of Team Falcons here in the tournament, but you've got an invasion control coming up next where, yes, it was a 3-0 for Atlanta, but they did have a couple of great moments that very well could have led to a more convincing scoreline.
They kept up in every single round when you talk about the slaying department versus one of the best teams that we have in the game in Atlanta FaZe. So if you bring that same exact slaying prowess, but a little bit more objective work and making the game a lot more difficult for the side of Lord Gaming. We're talking about not leaving up that A Street open, allowing players to sneak on in, not allowing players to get away from you and potentially earn some streaks. Just let the plays come to you. Make the game a lot more difficult than he did versus Atlanta.
Absolutely the case. And on the other side of things, I hesitated to bring this up in the first matchup when we saw Atlanta FaZe play against Team Falcons. But, if the temperature kept rising in that series, I think if you're looking at that from FaZe's perspective, or in this example now Lore, you're walking into the series like we should be handling these guys no problem. But now all of a sudden, how much does that doubt start to seep in of whoa, wait a second, what is happening here? We should be beating these guys easily, and we find ourselves in a 1-1 tie.
And that mindset, though, it might come back to bite you, because if you think you got a layup series here, the way that you were playing, just getting first blood, giving up your life for free, just because you think that they're an easy opponent, that's not the case, man. You have to make sure you're playing fundamental Call of Duty, making the game a lot more difficult for the team on the opposing side. But Falcons, they got the better of them. Tied up at 1. We have a series on our hands.
And we got to run back for Team Falcons to get over to the invasion control, plus the Karachi hardpoint, which, by all intentions, should be a real fun one. Don't you go anywhere. More Esports World Cup will be back after the break.
So Omen is out. All right, so dang, Stallions got 3-0 by Toronto. Then Cloud9 beat them 3-1, and then this is the thing. This is the thing. It should be no, and I'm being honest here. It should be no CDL teams getting put out early as hell, man. At all. That's just me. No team should be getting put out early. And by the looks of it, how can I say this? Let me see if I can pull up the bracket for COD. It's 4-day competition and stuff. Oh, is it? Oh, it's just what it is right now. All right. Oh, what the heck? No, go back. All right. So, by the looks of it, dang, they got destroyed. G2 got destroyed by Gentlemates. Oh my goodness. Then Vancouver Surge 3-0 G2. The first match that put them out. What was 252 613? Yeah, like I said, it should be no teams. Yeah, look at this. Look at this, bro. Boston Breach beat Team Heretics. Okay, that's fine. They're both CDL teams. That's mostly Miami Heretics. That's not a problem. And it seems like they're playing right now the Stallions and Heretics to see who'll get put out. And by the looks of it, the Stallions that are technically FaZe Black. It's a FaZe team, FaZe Black. They're up 2-0. They beat them 250-248 Karachi for hardpoint. Then they won 6-5 at Search. So they're real close games. But if they get 3-0, bro, they need to really think about their roster for next year's COD season. Because I don't know who it is, but that ain't it, Chief. This I understand. I like their new lineups for Boston. Their new lineup is quite better. Toronto is Toronto. We expect this freaking G2. I'm trying to think who is G2. G2. I think that's just a regular G2 esports team. Because, like I said, Cloud9 is New York Subliners. Gentlemates, I feel like Gentlemates, if I'm correct, was Tainted Minds at first, I'm assuming. If not, that's just a new team. Of course, we'll see Optic beat Amit. Carolina beat Vegas 3-0. Vegas defeat Amit in mostly qualifying round. Mostly whoever lost this is out, and Amit just is the first team out. So we're gonna see how all this goes. But yeah. All right, let's get back to this.
And, hey, there is live reaction kind of critiques that can be sent here from Team Falcon side, more so than what we've gotten out of Lore.
Yeah, and if you are Lore Gaming, you're obviously thinking still about that search and destroy, because like you said, you start off the game finding most of the first bloods, but then the teamwork aspect basically was thrown out the window. You cannot have that here in Control, because in Control specifically, teamwork is going to be what able to allow one of these teams to walk away victorious in it. So if you're Lore, just slow down the game a little bit. That's the biggest thing when we talk about challengers players. They tend to get super aggressive at the wrong time. Just let the play come to you.
And I think the thing is, for Team Falcons, that has to be where you take advantage.
Yes.
Punish the mistakes that come through. Because you even heard in the interview process with Team Falcons, they're saying, hey, we made a couple of small mistakes, but Atlanta FaZe really took advantage of that. We didn't make
small. Shut up. I know we're trying to watch it. Small mistakes. Y'all was not gonna beat FaZe. Stop it. Like I don't get why they think small mistake. No. It's not because they're in America. You saying no? Y'all just wasn't going to. That's like if Toronto played y'all. You really think y'all gonna beat Toronto? Let's get back to this game.
Here, depending on how map 3 goes.
So we're going to start with Team Falcons on the attacking side, showing a lot of presence around that mid-map. And I don't know if Lore Gaming, it's definitely an issue going on. So potentially a restart is going to come on in.
What happened?
Happens. Yeah, it happens. Don't know what happened, but we will get as quickly as we possibly can into the game as soon as we can.
Well, something just fell out of the back of RC's monitor.
Oh, the HDMI? You couldn't see anything. Could not see anything. How are you going to play with your screen blown?
My screen's off. What are we doing? Well, let's just make sure that's all fastened up. And there it is. Okay. Whoops. We're all good. Things happen. Even Two-Real's looking over, which is really ironic because Two-Real had like major controller issues.
Remember that?
How can I forget that?
How, bro? Like, how do you not have a backup controller? There was 3 different rounds where his gun just started shooting by itself. And we're sitting there like, I don't know if he's tweaking or not, but there's definitely something going wrong with Two-Real's setup. As we take a look at the maps and modes again, just to refresh your memory, 250 to 205 was the opening HP. Lore take that one. Team Falcons, though, respond with the phenomenal search and destroy, using that aggression to their advantage, closing it out in the 6-3 fashion to tie the series up at 1. But now on this invasion control, the deciding factor usually when you get to this point of every single series, this is it.
Dude, it's just so funny that you bring that up because like Two-Real brought a backup pillow, but doesn't have a backup.
He's worried about comfort instead of the damn thing that helps him shoot his gun. That's insane.
That was so funny. If you know what we're talking about, you're in the know. If you don't know what we're talking about, sorry. But it was comedy. And so a little bit of comedic relief here as everyone's getting ready to go back into the lobby. Just waiting on our cities to rejoin up, it looks like, at the moment. So a couple of extra conversations to happen before we jump into this control. I think the thing about it, though, here, depending on what side, I mean, we saw Lore start on the defensive side here. Do they control tempo immediately? Or, I mean, we saw good opening breakoff from Falcons on their first offense versus FaZe, kind of taking their full concentration towards B. I thought that worked out nicely for them. I'd say if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, because versus Atlanta FaZe, they found those initial 4 kills. They took all the map control away from Atlanta FaZe. They were able to extend the game clock to 2 minutes and 20 seconds to work that objective over towards A, and at the same time, keeping up with the slaying of Atlanta FaZe. But now versus this Lore roster, controls can tend to be a little bit mixy at times. I think the 2 players that I'm really looking at to be the all-stars for both of these teams, looking at the 2-time world champion on one side for Lore Gaming, and Xnid, who is phenomenal. He played great versus Atlanta FaZe. He had a slow start in that map number 1, but somehow, some way, still puts up 30-plus kills. Both of those ARs need to be felt on a map like Invasion.
It's been really fun to kind of watch this Falcons team, not just over the course of the last couple of years, but just today. I mean, watching them not only shoot back versus FaZe, but stay competitive with them throughout the entirety of that series. And now, hey, you found your first map win versus the Challengers champion. So we asked the question, I think, a lot about how does the Pro League fare against our top Challenger squads? What does that skill gap look like? Well, here's a team in Team Falcons that came out of their own region, having not made it through EU LCQs, and now they're taking the Challengers champs a little bit of a ride. So it's really, I think, interesting to see how this game has developed now that we're here kind of post the regular season, so to speak.
And they're also probably not getting the best practice, because you don't live in an NA side. You're not playing against the top competition every single day, but they are still putting up a fight as we spawn back into the invasion control. Again, Falcons on the attacking side. RCD's already starting off with a big gunfight around that middle map area. As that progresses slowly but surely is working their way up at B, but that player falls, and now Lore Gaming currently have all map control.
Yeah, good round here from Khalid, able to follow up on the trade and put a little bit of pressure on the A zone. Off spawn, Team Falcons are spawning down to the right side, but they're trying to cut back over through mid here. They've got full focus and intention towards getting a tick done at least here on the A zone. No trophy systems, though, so the stuns, the nades all coming through, and how about it? First tick is locked. There is a little bit of help here as well.
That's fantastic plays out of Khalid to find the opening, and also a couple gunfights in towards the hill. Is he going to find a double? No, he is not. He actually does find 2, at least in Xnid. So he's instantly going to put the pressure on the back of the spawns for Lore Gaming. Got to iron up on base.
And decision time here for Team Falcons. They do see that the second tick is a little bit more vulnerable, but off spawn, they just don't really get back to the A zone in time. So second tick will stall out, but with pressure on B, Lore Gaming cannot stop the depleted. They're checking their focus purely over to try to reclaim this B zone.
Yeah, first segment already going to be in at this B point. This is a flawless start for our Team Falcons. That's already 3 dead in the feed, and now they're hitting that go button to take that map control away from Lore. Roxas in the perfect position to potentially find a couple of spawners. Paul X is going to put down a couple of shots, and he should be able to get isolated, but Yuli's not going to commit. He's going to leave this gunfight up to Paul, and he gets the better of Roxas.
It does take time, though, and in that time, the B zone's nearly fully captured, and Xnid, that is a bold challenge that works out. Second tick done at A. Third on the way. Yeah, you've got a player watching the spawns. That's Arseny's in number 7 in white, but an extra 60 seconds get tallied, and here comes help from the B zone.
He's not going to find that engagement as well in the back of the spawn, playing for those spawn kills. Falcons still with a lot of mid-map control and the slaying lead, currently up by 3 kills. They have a lot of time to work with, but with Lore finding a couple kills in the feed, they're slowly but surely going to try to take the map control away from Falcons, and a bigger gunfight right there from Yuli to shut down Roxas.
Mid-control starting to be wiggled back now on the side of Lore Gaming. Yuli off a couple in a row. Is he going to take an extra step? Falcons do own the B Street with a chance to possibly push forward. So Yuli's just going to hold here in Cafe. Too real to join him. But Paul, watching the OE, I don't think he realizes how much threat he's under right now.
And King of Body is slipped behind enemy lines, and it's going to catch RCDs off guard. Body's just going to give all the comms, telling them what the setup is looking like, a freebie onto RC. And at the same time, the rest of the teammates find a couple kills. The stack should be in. This should be an offensive victory for Falcons.
Oh, Khalid just trying to hold off the rotation in. That does not allow a stack to happen. So now it's just on the King of Body. Can he get this third tick down before Lore can touch? Here's the contest. Oh, Team Nade comes through. Puts a big down from King of Body, but he doesn't secure it. It was a whisker away from being done, but Arcedy's jumped into the picture, but they only have 5 lives left.
Now you got to turn this into TDM. Slow down the game, clutch up in these kills. You can already see in the feed it's not in favor of the Falcons, but Roxy's, he finds the timing onto 2Real. No more respawns in favor of Lore. They are playing super tight in the back of their spawn, and a body finds a second.
Roxas at Laundry. Could be a huge pivot point for Team Falcons coming off spawn, but he gets caught trying to chase down Yuli. 5 versus 3. Lore Gaming still holding on, but Exton takes it down to 2 lives. No reason to rush, even though the clock is down.
Just got to take your time here. 25 seconds, still a lot of time to work with. You're gaining the info onto both of the players. 2Real is going to be hurt, so you're going to back him down. But Yuli clutches up in the one-on-one. Still opportunities here for Lore.
And they can't find Yuli. He's still stuck over towards the backside of the site. 2Real's also bounced out of Laundry. Now the time is becoming an issue. 2Real for the first, but the kills come through, and Team Falcons will secure the opening offense.
That is an unbelievable round. Keep in mind, they did that opening offense with no trophy systems in the beginning of that round to secure those early segments. But where is the teamwork aspect for Lore? We gave up 3 segments at B for free, and at the same time, they're already on the 8-point. Arcedy's in your spawn playing for spawn kills while they're already earning that second segment. Lore are just not on the same page right now.
Not good news. 2Real also just 3 and 9 on the opening defense. Not at all what you want to see out of the player that's supposed to be the cutoff man, the guy causing issues. No issues are being made, though, when he's putting up only 3 kills for the opening defense, mind you. Exton kicking us off with an opening Semtex and Falcons defense. Look at them mostly focused through mid at the moment, but there's some good help over the top of the B side as well.
Yeah, but this gets a lot more difficult now if you are Lore, because you're usually thinking, all right, first round defense, we just got to tie it up in the segments, get our 3 done at B, and we're going to be Gucci. But now you're down by 5. A lot of map control currently in favor of the Falcons. Arcedy's causing mayhem over towards his broken area. He's able to find a couple of kills, a little bit of assistance there out of 2Reals. That's 3 dead in the feed. You do have King Abadi who's slowly but surely working on his defense, but it looks like Pollux has gotten a read on it. Cannot find that kill, but that first segment is going to be complete.
Yeah, good kill from Yuli. Kind of keeps 2Real alive. He was under pressure through backside blue. King Abadi cannot pinch the site yet. They need to find a kill from the front, and they're not even going to get that. So now good kills for Lore Gaming. 2 lives the lead. Second to progress locked, and there could be a route here to get there quickly.
Yeah, this is a scary situation because at the same time, Abadi and his teammate were pushed up into the spawn. Lore Gaming already had players roaming around that blue area, so time should be able to get extended. But thankfully, the respawn players from the Falcons were able to reposition themselves over towards that A Street, find a couple exit kills, tied up all at 21.
And now Roxas could play Water Bridge, just try to keep his life and make this difficult rotation that much more hard. How much harder? One of the two. Lore Gaming trying to play at the OE. Not going to be shut down by Exton, who turns that into 16 and 10, and Falcons cleanly in the feed.
This guy is an absolute shooter with that AR in hand. And he doesn't plan to slow down because he's already behind enemy lines. Make it 5 in a row. A potential cruise missile on the cards for Exton. You're just not going to be able to account for him. He's moving left and right, looking a little bit like Shotzi. But that beatdown is going to cost him. But thankfully, he earns the cruise missile.
And still have Khalid locking things down over towards front tank. I mean, there's no room to work with right now if you're Lore Gaming. Minute 12 on the clock. 6 lives at the advantage of Team Falcons. And Lore Gaming are still spawning towards Ice Cream side. They do take care of Khalid, but there's still layers to this defense, and there's still a lot of work to be done here with not a lot of time on the clock for Lore.
Not a lot of time at all because you're going to waste about 15 to 20 seconds working out of your spawns. But thankfully, you got players like Yuli and Pollux to find a couple of openings to work your way up to the map. So still a 3 live deficit. A lot of map control in favor of Lore, but Falcons again off of the respawns are reading this pressure to perfection. They are trading out more effectively, making it 2v2, but it's still them closing, holding on to that point.
Whatever this next hit is for Lore Gaming has to be clean. If they were to find a way to get the 2 ticks of progress they need, to at least tie up things up and not possibly win the offense back, but this is not going to happen. The crossfire through mid is too strong. And now we're just down to 7 lives and only 20 seconds for Lore Gaming's offense.
You can already see the adjustment for Falcons, learning from their mistakes versus Atlanta FaZe, instantly putting someone always over towards that Water Street, not allowing anyone to slip behind enemy lines. But this is a scary situation. Still 8 seconds to go. A lot of map control for Lore. Here's the comfort test, but you got the lead, and he's able to find 3 in the feed. Unfortunate team kill, but it does not matter. Falcons only give up 3 seconds, up 2-0 on the map.
And now you can feel it. Wow. I mean, the search and destroy was one thing, but this is another ball game altogether. And the confidence you start to see literally.
I ain't gonna lie, dude. That one dude is tough. I forgot what his name is. Like HX or deal, whatever it is. What is it? Oh, KHHX and XNet or whatever his name is. It's tough.
They already know. We have broken control. Let's just slowly work up this progression at B.
That just looked like a break-off that they knew where Arcides was from their first round, and maybe we can team shot him out. Doesn't really fully work out, but instead, it's Roxas through B to find the opening kill on the Yuli. Khalid dealing with pressure around the back, cannot find the kills, but look who's stuck through again. King of Body now on the A zone, has the one deal with Paul to go his way. And now you've got progress on both zones at the same time. The last shots are good for King of Body. First take going to be good at A.
Yeah, first take is guaranteed. And now if you are Lower Gaming, what is the decision that you're going to make? Are we still going to contest over towards B? Or are we going to put all our reinforcements to try to take down this player at A? Thankfully, a couple team fires able to take down King of Body, but that's already job well done. First segment secured, another 3 dead in the feed, and Falcons just dominating right now on this map.
Roxas for 2, cleans up the trade onto Exit, and then another deep through gas station side. Khalid hitting a route through the backside of gas. He's able to find one. This is a huge issue now for Lower Gaming. Exit does call the cruise missile in. They have not finished B yet, but with concentration and focus towards A, they're winning the fights from the front.
This is fantastic plays out of Falcons. There's still one player here to try to contest it, but the effective on the trade is Roxas.
Wow.
Now, slowly but surely, you are forcing Lower Gaming to give up this A point. You're going to have 2 minutes and 10 seconds, currently up by 6 lives for 1 segment at B.
Or do get a deep defensive player over towards the tractor side. That could be an issue. But the shots from Khalid. Perfect around the back. Does get surprised by Yuli, so no trade comes through. Opportunity for Roxas to keep the pressure on through blue side. They need to get these players, though, out of the front side of B tank if you're Falcons.
It's not going to be easy, though, because we know how difficult those gunfights can be when you're the players coming off of the respawn. As Paul X finds King of Body through mid-connector, but he realizes that the potentially pinch is still going to be on because Roxas is yet to die in towards DVD. He is on 4 in a row, but the snap from Artsy, too damn good. At least a 3, make it 4 dead. All of Team Falcons coming off the respawn.
And this is where things get deadly. Lower Gaming now owns the advantage in the life count. And there's no more rounds through mid if you're Team Falcons. You need to get Turiel out of this position. He's now all of a sudden on 4 in a row. Arcides and Paul also putting together streaks. Clean kill feed for the side of Lower Gaming, and they're really stepping up with Turiel on 5.
Well, you're going to need it now because you're currently going to be down by 7 segments, so there's no way in hell you're going to get your defense in that round number 5.
Keep it up, though.
So it has to be about the gunny and potentially a couple cruise missiles in the back pocket. Turiel on 5 in a row. Arcides on 3. Paul on 4. A perfect opportunity for Lower to potentially try to extend this game. First cruise missile earned. Arcides is going to fall. Paul, it's your turn to potentially find one. Great shots onto the player on the water street, but not able to find that kill.
There's no routes available for Team Falcons anywhere, and Paul will get the second cruise missile. So you want to talk about trying to make some corrections to what had happened. This could be how it happens right here. Falcons breaking through the ice cream setup. Leaves Arcides essentially by himself. Yuli for support through Dark. He's able to take down a couple now on 4. Sees the last one around the cross. Turiel from the front would have to be the next one up to help defensively. It's 11v2 though, and Falcons are left to just try to stack on the zone. It does force a cruise missile though, which has you visibly confused. I mean, you're an 11v2. I get it's only 1 tick left, but there are defensive players nearby.
Yeah, that tells you right there. The communication is non-existent for Lower Gaming. 11v2, Yuli finding that double is all you really needed to do to secure the defensive round. But Paul S decides to call in that cruise missile. Now you don't have this one going into this next round, but like I said, they are down by 7 segments. So you just need to win this attacking round and then win another attacking round to try to take this map.
Just win 2 of back-to-back attacking rounds? Okay. What is the cruise missile there? Puzzling moment, especially considering how hard fought it was to earn them. Yuli may be able to catch one back, though. Just one off from finding one of his own, but he gets shut down. It's Exton for 2. Looking for more, but Paul puts him in his place for at least a moment. Doesn't make much of a difference, though. Team Falcons defensively already pushing up the map.
Yep, Team Falcons is being aggressive over towards that B street. And if you are Lower, you have to capitalize on this moment. Alex has all the back control. You should be able to gain the input. There's a lot of presence over towards B. We can probably hit this rotation over towards A. But They're using all their reinforcements to try to extend this time early. All tied up at 25 in the lives remaining. You have players like Arcedy's challenging over towards that Water Street, but Roxy's gets the better of him.
Yep.
And here comes King Abadi again on this pinch route.
This is how you win this defense right here, right now. King Abadi gets the first, trying to stave off the hit through beat, trusting his teammates will clean up the second. Maybe overvalues it, though, as Yuli nearly survives on his own. But Lower Gaming will at least be able to find some sort of a route to try to get back over towards beat. Khalid tried to step into the play, doesn't work out, and now Lower Gaming can get back on the zone.
Yeah, but now they have to account for the players on Team Falcons who are working the deep pitch again. You're not going to be expecting Roxas because you had a player like Yuli watching this cross, but thankfully Roxas is not able to spot him. So Lord still dominating over towards his B Street, but it's effective trades again from Team Falcons. Can King Abadi find this double and continuously let this time get away? He finds it, but 27 seconds to go.
Stuns and nades are keeping Lore away from the zone. Now information gets tallied up. Juvenile's calling it a cruise. That's not going to land now all of a sudden. King Abadi out 4 in a row. Pistol still out. Paul trying to battle against the force of the Falcons and trying to stay on the V zone. It's only down to 10 seconds. Paul faltering. Hello? Find the lane on the King Abadi, who's on now 5 in a row. Last 6 seconds. Cruise missile opens the door for Lore to stop the clock.
Thankfully, they take down Abadi because he was on 5 in a row, but here comes the pinch from Khalid. He's only able to take down one. 3.1 seconds left on the game clock, but it's looking like Lore with the stack should be able to extend this game by an extra minute. But 15 to 12 in lives remaining. Lore only have 1 or 2 opportunities at the same point.
And just look at the mini-map. You've got Roxas deep over towards Palace Wall. You've got 2 players in Falcons watching the cut, both through the A site as well as through Cafe, and then Exit just needs to stay alive on the OE. There's just no room for Lore Gaming to work with. Exit did get pushed out of blue. The support is here for Lore Gaming, but they have not been able to find him.
They're taking their time now. They're trying to see what the setup is looking like for Falcons, effective on the one-on-one trade. But it's still Falcons just trading out a lot more effectively. Now they are reading where the pressure's coming in. Double stacking towards the deep pitch area with only 25 seconds left. This is looking like a Falcons W.
What is this? Oh, tough gunfight with Exit. Goes the way of Lore Gaming. 8v13. Shots from Two-Wheeler are good. Hold on to your horses. Rocks is over towards Water Bridge. The only defensive member that's deep, and now he gets taken down. So the reinforcements for the Falcons have to be clean. 4 seconds on the clock. Who's going to be able to touch it? Time, though. The answer is absolutely nobody as Khalid finds a couple, and it's a 3-1 in the control for Team Falcons.
We're talking about they didn't have enough time to learn from their mistakes. Beautifully played right there from Falcons. They realized the opportunities that they had to take and take advantage of. They dominated in the slaying. They showed a lot of presence around that mid-map area, forced the mind games out of Lore Gaming to think, what the hell?
Bro, we really about to see a team that nobody never heard of and beat a top team in challengers, bro. Are we really about to see that? And you can just tell, bro, like freaking Arcedy, bro, he hot right now, bro. He's like mad, bro. They shouldn't be losing. But if they lose, bro, what do they really tell us about that team, bro? Because we got to remember, this Falcons team, I got to say it, when it comes to facing against CDL teams, they have no chance in hell. But for some reason, they play like they're part of the CDL when it's against Lore Gaming, just popping off. But I guess it's because it's FaZe. But even though if it's FaZe, like, bro, you're supposed to play it like that every game, like it's champs. Because that, bro, is crazy. Not gonna lie, that is crazy. There's not even a lot of people watching. Bro, this been going for how long? 10 hours? Bro. As a person that I guess how can I? It's like you watching 3 days of CDL in one day, bro. Because when the season starts for CDL, bro, their stuff just go through what? Maybe like three, 4 matches.
Be with Miles at Arcedes.
Yeah.
Arcedes feels like, okay, I don't got to worry about rotations. That's a coach's job. I just got to do my 25%, and everybody else has to do their 25%. But the team seems to be out of sync right now.
Agreed.
Someone has to step up as a leader to get everybody on the same page if you want to at least try to force this game number 5.
This is a make or break moment for all 4 of these players.
100%.
I mean, there's one of 2 ways that the conversation goes right now. If you're a Lore Gaming, of like, yo, we need to put up, like, lock in. We need to get this thing together. Everyone buys in. Or
gotta lock in.
You're looking at this across the table, and there's someone on your team saying, what's happening? Why are you guys not doing this, doing that? And everything falls apart. You either come together right now or it completely crumbles. There's no in between.
Yeah, because you're either going to come together here and force a game number 5, or you're going to get eliminated on day 1, being the top team to come out from challengers. That just is not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Especially versus a team in Team Falcons, who we all counted out. We had no idea what this team was going to bring. We knew that they were great at Search and Destroy. They knew that King of Body was probably going to put on an absolute show. But Exnid, with that AR in hand, he's winning some insane gunfights.
Yeah.
If he continues to do that on this map like Karachi, and you combine those gunfights with a couple rotations, man, they might be able to make it to tomorrow.
Him and Khalid both, I think, have been really, really impressive. So this might be another, and what has been a long line of this particular block, showing some upsets. Team Heretics lose 3-0 to Stallion.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, if they, like, how can I say this? So you have, like, different type of leagues. So, like, this team right here, this team from Saudi Arabia, I guess they're in, like, a certain type of league. And then, of course, it's, like, another league. Like, they're probably, like, 3rd or 4th. It's, like, I think it's, like, 5 or 6 brackets when it comes to, like, playing professional. So, like, for me, when I was playing professional, when MLG was still a thing, Major League Gaming, it was that. Because it was like two different kinds. So like the pros and is like a challengers like this one, but a little bit different. So it's like people that's like just playing in like tournaments left and right. But they played like the big leagues, but that, then them, and then challengers, then CDL. So it's like so much off of that, but this is insane because this Lore's Gaming, they are one of the best teams. They won their own, like, so you have COD champs and then you have challengers champs. They're like the best team in challengers. And if they get put out by a team that nobody never heard of, bro, that is, yeah, it's heartbreaking, but it's embarrassing because you became champs for challengers, and if you lose, like, what was the point of y'all being there? And you see that little piece, like, if they lose, they're gonna destroy it and put in their trophy just to say, hey, we beat y'all. It's right here to prove it. Like, I feel disrespected and pissed off. I'm not gonna lie. So they have to clutch up on this one. Oh yeah, like, right, they can't do nothing crazy though, because for some reason in Saudi they don't want you to be hyped. You can't talk shit. You can't go for anything like that. Like the rules that they gave them. But I'm gonna tell you right now, this is all said and done. Whoever's the best, they are talking shit. They said, like, this and that, and like, they're talking shit. Oh, what's going on here? Okay, there we go. All right, let's get back to this.
Too far ahead of ourselves. You're right there with a chance to extend.
Also around 8, probably like around 8 or 7:30, probably 7:30, 8, around that. We will be doing the Call of Duty NCAA, so we can go ahead and get that out the way, so I don't have to worry about it. Because like I said, tomorrow I won't be streaming. I'll be back Monday and stuff because I gotta go look at this bike Friday and then try to talk to my doctor about a couple things and stuff. So I won't be on that whole entire day. And then Saturday, Sunday I'm gonna be working. So just letting y'all know before. And look at this. So look, Atlanta FaZe, mostly FaZe clan, 3 old Falcons. They 3-0'd them. And you'd think like, bro, no way. It should be no way that they should lose this. But bro, this is getting embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, Lord Gaming needs to win this hard point. They have to win this hard point, man. They have to. Nothing is granted. Everything is earned. Yeah. That's facts. All right, we get into this next hard point. I think it's Karachi.
Serious thing, man. Playing against a team, like you said, who has nothing to lose because they're just going to go out there and have fun, play their game. And now for that team that we're talking about in Team Falcons, they find themselves up 2-1 in the series. Into the map 4 we go. Karachi Hardpoint, a potential closing map here for Team Falcons to try to move on to tomorrow.
Let's see if the regain is in place here for Lord Gaming. Falcons coming from the unfavored side, find 3 for 1 in the opening exchange. RCD still holding on to the bottom lane, but Falcons can jump into the hard point for some time.
Yeah, we got to jump into that hard point a lot sooner, though, because you found the initial gunfights, and now you're still going to get at least a good chunk of 30 seconds here. Lord Gaming decided to hit out of the rotations, but Khalid in a perfect positioning. He's able to find double on this overextension, and now that's basically going to shut down that opportunity of a potential break for Lord.
And it's one of those things, I know it's a small moment, but you have to give credit to the discipline. Not getting too antsy and pulling the trigger too early. Too real. Tested on rotation. Pardon me? Does not expect him to jump up on top of the bus stop, and that's enough for the kill to come out, and Falcons are still owning time on 1 while rotating successfully to 2. Uh-oh, here we go.
Khalid's already 6-1 to start off this game, man. The AR presence has been felt. They win the rotation over towards 2. You're still in the hill trying to win a couple clutch gunfights, but X-Need is close on by. He's able to find that trade. It's still Team Falcons holding on to the hard point.
And look at the trust from Team Falcons. The players coming from bottom red cut off the rotation through car, and he can just really focus on this jump up. Problem is, his teammates will lose his life. So now it's on to Lore, trying to find a way to break back into the hill, and it's 3 straight eliminations. Khalid has not been seen as of yet, though. Can he foil this setup? How about Khalid? 9-2 start. Does not expect RCDs, but the trades are looking decent. King of Body and Roxas re-break the hill.
Oh, and this is so scary now because there's only 20 seconds to fight for here at P2. Lord Gaming, no, we cannot commit OR reinforcement to try to play for that junk time. We have to start thinking about that rotation. But Falcons, they are playing phenomenal right now. That's now back-to-back rotation wins, but they are going to get bombarded in this situation because there's a lot of presence from Lord Gaming over towards top 3. They are finding the effective trades. They are finding the gunfights, and it should allow them to set up now here at a Money Hill at P3.
Roxas from the front has help with King of Body on the way. Exton trying to supply a little bit of extra assistance, but it's only a couple of kills. Lord Gaming still spawning relatively close. Bold challenge from Exton gets pushed aside, and now Lord Gaming looking good for the better part of this back 40.
Yeah, you need this entire time if you are Lord. A flawless hold gets you right back into this game. You have Falcons, a couple players going on a pinch, but the lead is going to get shut down. Now all the pressure coming in from junk side. X-Nate, he's able to find a body finds a trade. So it's going to turn into a 2-on-2. And now with Paul X only at 20 HP, he has to try to play his life. You do not want to drop it and allow him to walk it for free.
Too real from inside the hill, though. Good for the first challenger. Steps back out, and in that moment, Lord Gaming will secure the backside of all of this scrap time, and they're starting to find some transition kills. Team Falcons were trying to get people early, but that's already been under threat, and now it's just Roxas trying to hold deep over towards White Truck.
Now, 5-point difference in this game. At a P4 hard point where neither team is going to fight for a majority this time, most likely playing for that map control. But Falcons, they find the initial couple of gunfights. Lord, their backs are completely against the wall. Let's step aside and go to listening with Lord.
He's right there. Sitting in the corner, bro. Stay alive. Stay alive. I'm pitching back. That's my first time. Nice. Think about scoop.
This guy fires. Probably one of the
Watch out. I don't see this coming on. Top castle. Top castle. Top castle. Look out. Nice. Top castle.
Back H.
Back H. H weak. Top castle. Focus in now. I got native top 3.
I'll be left up.
You by yourself. You lay down. I'm getting quiet here.
One top, triple, hold.
ID.
Could be top.
I'm gonna
Could
be
be
right.
third. Could be third.
ID. I'm gonna get this.
I spawned out.
Take it weak. Really weak.
P2.
I'm playing cross left.
Once again, then 20 P2.
I'm looking at.
I get that. I want that. I'm going your way. I'm getting quiet.
Can you put it on left, okay?
Things are sounding pretty calm for Lore after a successful hold at 4. Now they're on 5 as we jump over to a Team Falcons listening for their break attempt.
انا بحتريكم يا عيال. طلعوا طلعوا التايم. رفع طلع تايم. ده يسار التايم. صار منسدح يسار التايم. ها والله شام رسمنا ويمكن مناره مناره في ناس معي بشيله في ماب يا عمري فوق واحد تحت واحد تحت فوقن مع بعض يا عيال.
انا بلعب كيف
بتي خالد بتي امسك يسار بمسك نص امسك يسار خذ التايم ثاني فوق عليه بيقدرون من يمين بيقدرون
كله عليه.
انا ماسك النص. ها
بمسك هذا يمين.
واحد يجي تاني. انا ماسك النص واحد يجي تاني. يمين كريب واحد عندي رد ها واحد رد للحين واحد جنك واحد بيقدر علي ايه لازم العب عليه. بشيل يا عيال خلي التايم لكم. في واحد عندي كمل فير خلي التايم لكم يا عيال. ما اشوفه برجع للتايم برجع تحتي. واحد يمين مرة فوق الشكل طف النور تايم. في واحد قريب ما بتصير. انا شفت ابي اشوف لك نص انا اشوف تكريب.
Difficult time from 4 to 5, but a clinical re-break here at P1. And keep your eye on the mini map because we're 25 seconds left. And with the spawns to the left side of the map, Team Falcons are already thinking for P2.
Yeah, they're going to start thinking about P2 because Lore are going to bombard their way back in towards this P1. Still a good chunk of time to fight for the final 20. If you are Team Falcons, you're just going to cut your losses, set up properly for that P2 HP, and try to chain it this time around towards P3. It's a 2-2 split in the kill feed. But Arcades, he's able to find a double, so the pressure is going to be on towards Khalid. He's sitting at 19 and 10, but his hands are going to be full.
Just does not predict the timing on Arcades from the front. So now all of a sudden, Lore Gaming find themselves in Cafe as the first squad earning time. Falcons do get over the jump wall, but these are difficult fights in the back alley, or are they? 2 will drop immediately. King of Body in for the contest. Help is on the way. Paul, the last one, left inside the hill, and he gets overwhelmed. Last one now standing with the final jump. It was Arcades, but he can do nothing. So the break is successful, and Team Falcons a chance to reclaim the lead.
And if you are Falcons, you got to try to push on out. Try to create a couple layers, make it more difficult for Lore to work their way for a potential break opportunity again. Great nade is going to slow him down, has him one shot. Great plays out of Roxy. Tries to take down Yuli as well, but the double good enough from Yuli. And that final 15 is going to go in favor of Lore. And this can be a scary moment now if you are Falcons. You have the numbers. You're still going to fight for this old time, but rotation is heavily in favor of Lore.
Absolutely. And with those final kills coming on Arcades, he may put himself in a position to possibly earn himself a cruise missile. Arcades is feeling himself. Okay, 42 to 120. The crowd here doesn't like that. But Lore have themselves on rotation with a chance to blow the game wide open.
Hey, 23 and 12 on a 5 streak. The 2-time world champion not trying to get exited on day number 1. Trying to gain a little bit of momentum for his team as they are fully set up for the P3. Cruise missile in the back pocket already earned. Effective in the kill feed is the trades from Lore. Last player alive is going to be Khalid. He falls, and that's already the first push getting shut down.
And this could be where the game becomes almost unwinnable if Lore Gaming get the final 30 here. Would put this at an 80-point deficit. So every contest is massive right here, right now for Team Falcons. Yuli still inside the hill, being threatened on the back door, and that's going to get the better of him. Follow from Roxas is good. That's a very good break for Team Falcons, not only for the scrap, but you've also got motion over towards Dew as well.
Yeah, you got to soak up this final 20, though. Try to get this freebie time, but unfortunately, 2 rails is going to get the better of Exnit. So the final 10 in favor of Lore, and they have a cruise missile to work with. So we're going over towards the P4 again. Where it was mostly dominated by Lore Gaming the first half. But now Team Falcons fully set up with the rotation. You have top 3 control. You have bridge control as well. So it's going to be quite some time before Lore can work their way on in. But this is where you invest the cruise.
Roxas trying to play over towards bridge side. Good opener onto Yuli. Plus the stun also lands. The cruise missile only gets him out of position. That's a 1-for-1 trade that Falcons will take every day. The follow-up eliminations are also there for Team Falcons, so they survive through the cruise, and they're finding kills through mid. This is how Team Falcons get back into the game.
It's perfectly played right now out of Team Falcons. Finally, Yuli's going to find the angle onto Khalid. Able to take him off for this time for now. There's still a good chunk of time to fight for it. Now it gets a little scary because, Lord, they're starting to spawn out towards the back. Early rotation is going to come in from Khalid, but Roxy's still at the old hill, is making chaos for Lord Gaming. A big one-on-one gunfight. Paul X, you have to make a play.
He's not trying to make a move just yet, though. Team Falcons fully set up. 195 to 156. Shots out of Paul. Alert Falcons that the hit from Lord Gaming is close by. With no cruise missile here, Lord Gaming have to do this the old-fashioned way. Opening gunfight, good for Roxas. Khalid still holding into a corner. A trade comes through, but for Lord Gaming, it's just not creating enough opportunity. Now they're going to have to try to force it from the front.
And this is where you would really love that cruise missile, man, to find that initial opening kill. So you can have the numbers potentially for this break, but Falcons, they are slowly but surely fighting their way back into this game. It's only a matter of moments before Khalid decides to strike. He's able to find the first kill. He's not going to spot the second, but Arcades has no idea that he's there. It does not make sense. The communication for Lord Gaming is simply lacking, and Falcons are taking full advantage of it.
And you got a pitch on the way. King of Body around the back. Khalid has done more than enough to keep his life. Here comes King of Body with the pistol in hand. He's only able to find the first. Back to the MCW, shut down. 10 seconds to scrap. Good for Lore. But as we rotate to new, top third's going to go the way of Falcons.
Yeah, you would take this if you are Falcons. Still a 10-point difference, but a lot of the map control in their favor. You can still close it out with the full 60 here at P1, but there's multiple different angles you have to account for, and Falcons are doing a great job of finding the kills around the hard point. They put themselves back on in, and if you're Lore, you got to slow it down.
It's a late lead swap for Team Falcons. Too Real trying to recontest up top, but Falcons are finding the kills over towards the rotation on the middle of the map. Paul's double keeps the play alive, but he can do no more besides just hold top red. He's in trouble, though, and Yuli bails him out. Time still going to Lore here on P1.
And Lore can no longer win it here, and if you are Falcons, the best thing you can do is contest this all the way to the very end, but do not lose those spawns, and also do not allow Paul X to earn the cruise missile. Great shots out of Xnid. Shuts down that potential cruise coming in. It could have been a big game-changing moment, but it's going to be Lore soaking up that final time. Unless Xnid has anything to say about it, he is going to lose that gunfight. And now Paul X off the rotation alongside Arcades. They're finding a couple kills. This is the moment.
A little bit of peppering damage from King of Body. Now bumping the hard point from the front. Deals with Yuli, and the trade onto Paul is decent. 3v2 at the moment around the hill, but Khalid able to find now Too Real, and he's going to get top red control. This is a flawless setup for Team Falcons, but Lore still have some space from the front.
A lot of presence around this red area. Paul X as well finds a second kill onto the player in the hard point, so now you have to hold down your cuts, and hopefully the player's off the respawn to work him way back on in. But now with the contesting and the hill being white, Falcons can no longer win it here. They are forced to hit that early rotation, combine it with a couple of kills. You can already see as they're attempting to do that.
Yeah, Lord Gaming have made the call. Just don't let them get through red, whatever it takes. But has Khalid found an opening?
Oh, my God.
Oh, he slipped the net. That's all about the timing. Paul gets shut down, and now Khalid knows he just has to hold this position at chunk. The break is in for Lord, but they cannot win on this hill. They have to make a rotation, and Falcons will be there first.
The spawns are in for Falcons. That was such a big heads-up play to hit that early rotation. But now the trades are more effective on the side of Lore. Last player here is going to be King of Body to try to make a play happen. Don't put yourself in the hard point. Just try to be a nuisance. Wait for your teammates to get a lot closer.
Here's the challenge. Doesn't initially predict him on the back, but the kills are decent from the front. Not fully enough. Lore Gaming into the hard point. Xnid has to go. Jumping off top third. Shut down. 5 in a row for Yuli, who's come up massive in these closing moments. And Lore Gaming are going to have a chance to send this to a 5th map.
Whew. What a game for hardpoint between both teams. Falcons had a lot of opportunity. They had such a hot start to that game. But when we got to the second half, the P4s, the P5, is when Lore got themselves back into this. The ARs really stepped up. You had Arcades have a phenomenal start. Started shooting little bodies there and there. He was trying to get the boys riled up, but I feel like my MVP of that map, without question, was Paul X. He had multiple opportunities where he had to clutch up in a bunch of these kills. He was able to find multiple 2 pieces after 2 pieces.
Hey, they knew what they had to do. They knew what they had to do. they're gonna have to talk it out though, because I'm not gonna lie. They should show the stats again. Hopefully, are they gonna show the stats? I mean, it's 2-2, but I need the stats. Put the stats up. There we go. So Yuli needs to do some. Arseny freaking clutched it up for that game. If we're gonna be honest, because freaking Exton and that KHHX dude, bro. I don't know. King of Body. I mean, I don't know what happened. He did good on the other ones, but that one, I don't know. But this is the last map. Search S&D. I'm not gonna lie. I really need Lord to pick it up. They cannot lose. This is embarrassing if it is. Cause I'm gonna be honest, cause I did a little bit of research on this team. This the Falcon team. And it seems like they won the championship a couple times for the leader in hold up. Yeah, let me look them up for their history. So Roxas, X-Men, King of Body. Okay, so they didn't. They wasn't that great. They wasn't that great. I can tell you that. So they came during Modern Warfare 2. They qualified. They made just the qualifier. No, this year. No, this ain't this year. No, this is to qualify. Okay, third for the last chance qualifier. Oh, so they play in the Europe lead. So Warzone not going. Okay, so they got top 5th, 6th. Then they won at stage 3 playoffs. They came 5th and 6th for that. They came in 4th for the Europe 2024 Cup. They came in 4th for stage 2. Then they came 3rd and 4th for that. Then the Miami Open, they freaking came in 13th, 16th place. So I guess that's how they started, and then it goes up. So by looks of, there's like a top 5, top 6 team. They didn't get a lot of money of being in first for Europe. They only got $24,000. In top 4, they got like $6,000. I mean, that's not bad, but at the same time, I feel like you can give them a little bit more, to be honest, in my opinion. But it is what it is. And then whoever won the Warzone thing, they got freaking $200,000, and that's for the Esports World Cup of this year. So they just won that. That's kind of crazy, but yeah. All right, so the last match is gonna start in like 2.5 minutes. So like I said, around like 7:30, we'll be doing the NCAA and stuff, and then I'm probably gonna call it a night. I've been trying to catch up on sleep. I got like when I got home, because like I said, I was at the hospital and stuff. I didn't get home till like maybe like 10, 11 o'clock. Being close to the next day, I didn't go to. No, I didn't get home till like 12. Close to 12. Like I'll say like around 11:45 or so, around that. And I didn't go to sleep till like I'll say like around 1 or so. I've been watching YouTube and stuff like that. I can't watch my anime stuff at the moment, sadly. At least until I get paid and stuff. But that's gonna be kind of tough. I'm gonna have to go to my job, see if they can if I have my phone. I don't got my phone, guys. I don't got my phone. It's with my brother, because I forgot to get it out of his car. It fell out of my pocket, but I gotta do all that. I gotta do that. Then the insurance and stuff is a lot, man. It's gonna be kind of tough for me. At least until I change my schedule. You gotta be a subscribers only, so you gotta subscribe to them to do esports. They don't even do esports like that. Like, okay. Imagine how hyped the other team would be. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I think whoever wins this gotta play whoever wins against FaZe or 100 Thieves. And I'm gonna be honest, it's 2-2. I did not expect it to be 2-2. I thought it was gonna be 3-0, because the simple fact of, like, bro, you see how they played against FaZe, bro. I don't think they would even do anything against Lore Gaming, because of the simple fact of they were champs for challengers, and they played real good. I'm not gonna lie, y'all have to watch it. It's like around the because they showed that, and then they showed COD champs stuff. But all right.
On the other front, this Lore Gaming team, in certain ways, has been stapled off of what they can do in the search and destroy. Can they find a way to do it when it matters and stave off possible elimination here?
And I think the biggest thing for both of these teams is simply slowing down the game. It's been aggression after aggression for both of these squads, and all of the search and destroys. It comes back to bite you at moments, but here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the game number 5 between Team Falcons and Lore. Gonna have Team Falcons on the attacking side first of all, and they're already showing a lot of presence over towards Working. First blood from Khalid.
And I was about to say, the player you want to keep your eye on for Lore Gaming is number 6 in 2Real. What he does typically gives you the idea of what Lore Gaming is attempting to pull out of their playbook. And with him playing through mid, now he's looking to get aggressive. Good shots from Paul, backside track here. But the problem here is, I think 2Real's been seen on this long flank, and Falcons are holding off for now.
And this is where you have to make that quick decision to try to isolate onto Paul Lex, because Yuli was the aggressor, pushed up into his Working. You find that it is your first blood. And keep in mind, this is also round number 1, so no trophy systems in the back pocket. But Team Falcons are going to try to hit that allable snake. Smoke does get invested. 2Real's only able to take down 1, but Falcons effective on the trade. Still a 2v2, though.
I'm still left, though, at mid. A lingering 1v1 over towards B Street. Paul was taking shots towards King of Body. The same can be said here as Nexit finds Zarslik over the top of the heady. So now it's just down to Paul. And he, I don't think, has seen the crossover initially, but his proactive read is correct as he moves his way over towards A.
Yeah, the bomb's going to get down for free. They gained the info onto Paul X, knowing that he was showing presence over towards that B Street, but I don't know if they're going to be ready for the adjustment. the route out of Paul X to work his way back over to the quarter. He's going to catch the timing, isolate onto the player, but he doesn't have a stunner grenade. It'll really help right now. Still 30 seconds to go.
And Exit is covering. So now you've got the regen. Thingabody just has to hold this dumpster heady. Paul will be left to have to hit over through Water Street side. Here comes the rotation. And now the information is known. Long-range shots, tagging but not finding the kill. The rewrap is on. The time is ticking. And Falcons are looking good for round number 1. Paul not able to catch the timing to find the kills nor the defuse.
And that's going to be Team Falcons again, finding success early on the attacks. And it helps when you're finding that first blood 10 seconds into the round.
Facts.
Both of these teams love to play super aggressive, try to take the map away from you, but it can come back to bite you. You got to slow this game down because this is such a crucial moment, especially if you're Lore.
Let's see what Lore decide to do here in this first offense. Again, keeping my eyes between Yuli and Turiel. Turiel will be the one to swap between AR or SMG. Yuli likely the one to try to set the tone early. Is there going to be some significant play towards B? It's often been the case for Lore on their offensive side. RC is going to watch the initial cross. And yep, Turiel will catch the bomb. Yuli quickly over towards DVD alley.
And I love the adjustments already from Team Falcons. This time they send 2 players over towards B. And look how much space Khalid is able to take on away. He realizes there's no presence crossing over towards Treehouse. But they are in the ideal setup that they want to be. And Turiel gains the info. Smoke grenade is going to get invested. No, it's actually a stun. I'm thinking that that's going to connect. But Falcons again find that first one and the second.
The help from Khalid. Nade over towards that back door. Works out nicely, but Paul good for the double. Khalid taking some space over towards B. Bomb down for Lore, but we get a pretty even 2v2, all things told.
45 seconds still to play with. Bomb is going to be down around that A site. With Khalid in the perfect positioning around this mid-tank. It's going to be very difficult for Lore to even think about that objective, but you have Arcitys watching that overextension, not gaining any info, but Paul X throwing that shoulder. He spots Khalid towards mid-tank.
And good search and destroy IQ here for Khalid, knowing that Paul's not going to take that challenge, and instead there might be a hit through mid. Follow-up around the back, though, for Arcitys is decent. Opening shots are tagging. Nade over the top. Trade of damage back and forth, and Arcitys able to take the win before the nade can land. And we'll be tied up at 1.
And that's 2 situations where Falcons should have been able to walk away with that round. You find yourself in the 3v2. X-Nid, he decides to go for that trade on the Paul X, but Paul X gets the better of him. You're turning it into a 2v2. And then once you find that initial kill, even though Arcitys instantly finds that trade, he still has to think about that objective. He still has to put his gun away to plant that bomb. But you try to force the gunfight, and Arcitys is never going to shy away from the moment, able to clutch on up. Back-to-back attacking rounds for both teams.
Whether he is or not, he thinks he's the best player in the lobby.
Yes.
He's going to take those challenges without question. Opening damage being tallied on both sides of this cross at mid. Xdid wants to see, is there a chance he can maybe find Yuli? Hard to say if he saw him on that cross or not. Doesn't make much of a difference because Turiel through Cafe have gotten aggressive, and Xdid does get caught over towards Arches. And an unfortunate team shot comes out to finish off Khalid at low health. And there's just nowhere to go for Roxas.
Yeah, 1v4 for Roxas. Positioning already known, all of Lore deciding to pounce in towards Mannequin. Not able to find a single kill. And that's Lore just realizing their opponents. Because that was the initial round that they threw out versus Atlanta FaZe, where Thingabody just decides to work his way instantly up through Water Street. Tura did a little bit of homework. He was prepared for that. They find the first blood, effective trades as well. Also, the team kill is definitely going to help. And that's going to be the first defensive round secured. Lore, 2 rounds in a row.
If I'm not mistaken, Arcee's got 2 in that round, so now he's on 4 in a row, which could play into a possible cruise missile early to this search and destroy. What do you call if your Team Falcons, again, they found so much success offensively, but now not having that, what do you pull back on your defense here in round number 4? It looks like they're going to go to the same setup. Khalid is once again playing aggressive towards this B archway. Double stack, largely allowing him to do this, but it's Yuli with an SMG in hand. Just a quick shoulder, allowing him to get the first blood.
And this time Yuli makes the adjustments. They spot no players crossing over towards Treehouse, but they realize that Khalid was aggressive that time around through Arches. And now they're using that information to their advantage. The smoke grenade is getting invested. You already blew up the trophy system, but so you're going to force the back down positioning out of player in Roxas, but somehow, some way, he's able to find a kill. Man advantage Falcon.
I was just about to say there's 2 ways to use the smoke. You can either block the cross or just block off the defender, but Roxas uses as his coverage. Exit through dark works out nicely. And with that, now it's down to Paul for a 1v3. Not going to get the isolated 1v1 versus Exit. And it's a defense for defense set of rounds here for both our teams.
Fantastic plays right there on the Falcons, even after getting picked off early on in the man disadvantage. They realized where the play was coming in. Great heads-up play from Roxas. to realize that, all right, they're throwing all these attacks at me, Smoke Grenade is on my feet. Let me just back down and try to play for one kill. But at the same time, when he finds that kill, his teammates across the map find one of their own. So they put themselves in the man advantage, able to capitalize on that clutch.
Huge timing play from XNID, legitimately. Because Roxas looked like he was dead to rights.
Yeah.
So 2-2 we go. Again, keep your eye on Turiel. He's the sole defender this time at A. I imagine he's probably got an MCW this round. XNID and the rest of the crew looking to play up through B Street, but a heavy-handed hit here for Allure Gaming. 3 members large. Leads to a first blood with, again, a little bit of extra forward pressure to Treehouse.
And I love that play right there from Yuli. You get the kill, you back out, you keep the man advantage in favor of your roster. So now you're forcing Team Falcons to try to get it done in another 3v4. Smoke Grenade going to get invested over towards Water Street. Wow. Turiel in the ideal position. Gains info onto 2, is able to find King of Body 4v2 in favor of Lore.
About to say, in rounds like this in the past, Turiel has had an MCW, just watching kind of more safe crosses. This time, it is a rival 9. And in that position, he nearly takes down 2. It definitely stops the play from Falcons pretty darn convincingly. 2v4 situation. XNID for 1, but RCD is not going to give up mid-tank for free, and the help is there. Lore Gaming keep this thing all defense.
It's just fantastic plays out of the SMGs to start off that round for Lore. Yuli opens up the first blood. Turiel finds that second and gains the info that they are applying the pressure through Cafe to try to work this A objective. And then you allow the rest of your teammates in the man advantage to just completely take the map away. You dominate around mid-tank. RCD finds the third. A couple team shots onto the final player. Clean round right there from Lore to early on set the tone with that first kill, but then back down and play their numbers perfectly.
So a defense starting to dominate largely with success through mid. How do you try to break that up if you're Lore Gaming? Last time around, they tried to get isolation deep towards the B site. Nearly worked, but it was XNID at mid who shut down the entirety of the play. Do you have anything built to try to take this player off tank?
It's not going to be easy. It's now Lore. Just make sure they covered all their bases. This time Falcons going back to their default setup, trying to hold down this Water Street. There's sort of presence around Cafe. There's a lot of presence from Lore. As that Smoke Grenade already gets invested. They have mid-tank control. This could be dangerous.
It's still being fought, though, for the recontest for Team Falcons. These names are landing. King of Body stepped away, but XNID does drop. King of Body, tough gunfight with Yuli over the top of the tank. And that will lead to Lore Gaming winning mid-map and now having a chance to plan today.
Yeah, 4v2, bomb going down. Both of the players left holding those ARs from long distance, but Khalid in a position to potentially find a freebie here.
Need it.
In the 2v4 with only 35 seconds left, you got to try to make a play happen.
They're looking to see if anyone's going to challenge over towards Water Street first and foremost. The help is here. Damage is dealt. First kill is good. Khalid still alive. Now changes the angle up just a touch. Time is running out. There is still a smoke available for Team Falcons, though. Kicks on. Is not quite able to get through the play. And Yuli right there at mid, never giving up the position at tank. Able to bail Lore out from what was a pretty heavy-handed approach from Team Falcons.
And that all comes down to that mid-tank area. The fact that they invest that Smoke Grenade, force all the attacks to be invested on the side of Team Falcons, and no one drops. You set up Yuli for a free double to start it off. You get the bomb down, and Team Falcons trying to apply pressure over through Water Street. It's very difficult to retake that A site when you don't have mid-tank control. Lore realized we got to make the game a lot harder, and no one gives up their life for free.
Yeah.
Starting to pull away in this search destroy.
First Bloods represent the scoreboard as well. 4 for Lore, 2 for Team Falcons. Could that be another difference maker? As Team Falcons will play very safely off this opener. I think that's kind of a lesson learned after the aggressive hit from Lore in their last defense through B.
And I just want to make sure they don't get caught off guard this time around. Now they're slowing down the game a little bit. Pressure at its highest moment right now. It's already been 30 seconds wiped off the game clock. It seems like they're gaining info. There's no presence over towards Water Street, but Arsenal strikes the first.
And then the stun from Turiel into the smoke. I thought for was going to be the difference maker and winning that gunfight easily, but not to be. Arcity's keeping down the pedal, at least for a moment. Trade is out. And it's all on to Paul. 1v2 situation. Bomb is not rotated over to A yet, but very well likely will.
Yeah, if you're Roxas, you don't want to get bad timing here off the rotation. Paulix already knows where the play is going to start to come in, and he might have found the perfect timing to find the first kill, but early shots not good enough. Now that bomb's going down.
Waiting for the regen first. Roxas trying to see if there's going to be a follow-up from Paul, who slides over towards the tank. Decent angle. Semtex lands with another nade behind that. Somehow Paul's still alive, but the bomb gets planted and the pressure is on. Here comes the player on the back, and Paul nearly gets the snap, but not quite quick enough. And with that, Team Falcons bring us back within 1.
That's fantastic plays out of Falcons. Again, another 3v4 clutch on up. It all came down to that gunfight versus 2-Real through the smoke. The fact that King of Body with the AR in hand wins that up close and personal versus a Rival 9 and 2-Real. Puts them in the man advantage, and I love the fact that they were playing their life, not really committing on that bomb plan until both players were fully rejuvenated on their health. And then once that double nade comes in, I don't know how Paul X eats both nades, but he was not able to put himself in a position to instantly go for the chow. You take the map away from them. Falcons stop the bleeding.
Critical round here to see if Falcons can get their defense going again. Opening nades, blowing up the car's front side of the A site. King of Body going to play in the mid with Exted nearby. So a little bit of a different setup here for Falcons defensively.
But now hold strong on this setup. You have every single angle cut off. You have Yuli working his way through mid-cut, but somehow, some way, he's able to find that first kill. Great investment out of the smoke grenade to not allow that player over towards B. Try to find that trade. That bomb already gets planted at A. 34 again for Falcons.
And RCDs was able to get rid of the King of Body, who was chasing down initially the trade onto Yuli. That doesn't come through either. And then 2-Real Paul X combined for the shots at mid, and that was good. Split-second decision-making for Lord Gaming.
And that was a great individual play to start it off, man, from Yuli. He was the only player sitting over towards B Street. He realizes there's only one player from Falcons that crosses over towards that B site. And when they have one player playing it towards B site, the other player is watching it through mid-cut. So you invest a smoke grenade, completely isolate the player around that mid-dark area. Wins that first initial engagement. The rest of the team is bombarded their way around that A site. You put the bomb down. You hold strong around that mid-tank setup. And now Lower Gaming at game point.
What do you pull here if you're Team Falcons for 3 in a row? Once again, nades over the top, delete the cars. Trophy system down for the side of Lord Gaming with smoke that just uses bait. This is going to force Team Falcons to have to be worried about that broken play on B Street.
It's fantastic plays again from Yuli. The mind games playing a big part so far in this map number 5, because they were ready to pounce over towards that broken area and take that map control away from Lore.
Yeah.
But still a minute left on the game clock. Looks like the push is going to come towards A.
And for Lord Gaming, that wasn't just the fake smoke that comes through. Yuli's the one still committed to watching for the cross. This is a heavy-handed approach for Lore on this A defense. And Team Falcons are trying to show force over towards this side of the map. A smoke from their hands, though. Maybe keeps Lord Gaming a bit planted, but Yuli still hasn't seen anything on the cross yet. And now here comes Falcons on their cross through. That's enough information to really alert RCDs that he might be in a little bit of trouble.
And this one has to count, man, because 30 seconds, you do not have enough opportunities or even enough time to hit that rotation back over towards A. Bomb carrier going to be Roxas. Just waiting for that health to rejuvenate before he decides to strike for that bomb plant. But King of Body strikes for the first. Roxas does fall, though.
Oh, but King of Body, he sees the pinch. The problem is he's got a lot of pressure towards his teammate from the front. Exton does his job. He stays alive. Now you got to get the bomb and plant, but there may not be enough time. You got to stick for it. Just enough time to get the bomb planted. Paul, RCDs playing this from his scream side as the clock is extended to 45.
Exton is going to try to play his life as long as he possibly can.
What a nade!
HP, but the nade is good enough for King of Body to take down RCDs. Now Paul X in the 1v2. King of Body making the plays. Works his way around the deep pitch. He finds the first blood. He finds another 2 to close out that round. Falcons stay alive.
I mean, that's a Kobe Semtex. He tosses it and then bails. He doesn't even stick around to see if he gets the kill. He just trusts that this Semtex will give X that space to stay alive on the bomb. He doesn't have to challenge the player in the corner. I'm going to make the full wrap, and that level of micro trust is huge for Team Falcons. But can they do it another 2 rounds in a row?
And I think the perfect play call right here is to change the pace up completely. Show a lot of presence over towards Cafe. Take that A opportunity away from Lore because that's been the bomb site they've been able to dominate.
Similar setup for Team Falcons. They've been trying to find ways to dominate a defensive setup. How do they learn the lesson after what foiled them last time was simply just Yuli through the mid-cut? And this time Roxas is only watching the dark cut.
So they're watching all their angles. That stuff is going to get invested, and Paul Lex is going to be able to find that first one onto Khalid. Already a lot of aggression on this A side. Exton is going to get isolated. 11 HP in a dream, and his teammates fall as well.
Roxas on the flank. Oh, he's got to do it all. He needs to find timing here through DVD. Finds the first on towards the tank, and he turned this into a second. No, Paul shuts it down, and the Challengers champs stay alive, if only just barely.
That was not an easy series there for Lore. But I know they are happy as hell to get through that ruler of a best of 5. But we were counting out Team Falcons. We thought that obviously you don't make your way to champs. You're the bottom team coming on in, but they put on an absolute show here in front of the hometown crowd. Unfortunately, not able to clutch up in those final moments, man. It just came down to those little mistakes. Multiple first bloods on the side of Lore Gaming. I'm pretty sure they found 7 in that game number 5. And this time they did not throw away those situations.
Just difficulty in the middle of the map defensively for Team Falcon.
Yeah,
even throwing another member there, just not quite able to read on Yuli's pinch play through dark on one round, and then there, kind of the same thing. You lose your player at Water Bridge, and those 2 ARs just too overwhelmed.
I come back and I see who's supposed to lose. Come on, bro. Y'all really thought. Nah, come on, stop it. Now, was that game supposed to be close? No. And my bad if I missed the whole entire thing. Like I said, people coming to the house and stuff checking. People come to the house real quick. Have to check on the gas and stuff. Make sure we're good. They took that L like they're supposed to. Look, we don't care if you're hometown advantage. Y'all was gonna lose. Y'all popped out though. I'll give y'all the respect. Y'all hung with challengers champions. All right, let's see what RCD is saying.
Had a really tough matchup, but the hard point was the key for you to bounce back. How do you feel? How do you guys manage to actually bounce back in that game?
Honestly, I just told my team that there's a lot of frustration. Obviously, you can see. I told my team, like, guys, we got to stop playing. They're playing unorthodox. They're a really good team. They know what they're doing. They're on the same page when they take a lot of flanks and stuff. So I said, yeah, we just got to play some day one COD and just make them make the play. And it worked out. Obviously, it worked out for me. Not my boys as much, but for me, for sure.
That's great. So now you guys are the toughest challenger team. Do you feel like you proved yourself to compete with the big dogs for later on in the event?
Yeah, so the last couple of years I've been spending my time trying to prove to everyone else that I could compete with the big dogs, but this last couple of months, like I just said, I gotta do it for me now. But I think sorry, I'm trying to think of the word. Jet lag. We've been jet lagged. We didn't scrim that much. Our scrim's been pretty bad the last couple of days, so we're trying to get back into it for real.
I hope the next trophy for you will be something to put you back on track. We will ask the captain from Team Falcons to hand over the key, which you will get the chance to basically destroy. Nice fist bump there. This will be, let's say, it's your earliest trophy in this tournament. How does it make you feel like receiving such thing?
It feels amazing because they're shooting my body, so I was like, I want to get it back. They're trying to make me have fun, but I did. You can see it in that map for it, but they're an amazing team. They obviously pushed us to our limit, and nothing but props to those guys.
All right, won't keep you longer. You gotta go crush that key, and best of luck also in your upcoming matches. And that's it for us from the Amazon Arena. We'll go back to the desk with the amazing talents to wrap Shawarma up this show.
Thank you very much, and congratulations to Lore Gaming. You survived a very tough Falcon squad. And Clay, you said that there's something during the interview with RCs that resonated with you, just trying to prove to yourself.
Yeah, AliCat mentioned, like, you shouldn't have to keep proving yourself. You've already been a 2-time world champion. I empathize with him. It's not only about, at a certain point, it's not about proving someone else. It's about proving to yourself that you can still do it. And I relate to that a lot. I mean, especially the last couple of years for me, when I went down in Challengers, I did the exact same thing. I found my love for the game again and really just wanted to prove to myself that I had what it takes.
Love that, Colin. Let's take a look, though, at the highlights here, Ali. It went all the way to a Game 5. Lore Gaming able to clutch up in the Game 4 thanks to Arcades, and in Game 5, he starts things off 5-1.
Yeah, for the side of Lord Gaming, after that.
I'm not gonna lie. Even though Falcons did get put out, they were the home team. People was hyping them up. I had to give them my flowers. I ain't gonna lie, because they did a fantastic job. When they first played FaZe, we already knew what was gonna happen, guys. Let's go ahead and keep it 100. They was gonna get 3-0. Y'all not hanging with CDL players yet. Y'all not hanging with them. Y'all have potential, but not there yet. Now against the challenger champions, Lord Gaming, mad respect for every single one of them. Their communication was good. The rotations was excellent. Even when it came to S&D, like, it was some same plays. Some of them kind of, I don't know, a little sketchy, low key. I ain't gonna lie, but yeah, kind of crazy. But but I think that's probably gonna be it by the looks of it.
For them to go home to Falcons after all the smack they've kind of been talking, Laura's like, yeah, we're the big dogs, we won challenger champs, we want to be on this stage. If they would have went out in last place, it's like, oh man, that's rough. But I'm glad they pulled out the Game 5 win here.
Especially, again, you talk about a bunch of former pro players that are on this roster as well, where on the flip side, Team Falcons hasn't gotten repetitions like that. So the expectation for Lord Gaming was extremely high heading into this series. And I do have to tip Yuli pulling his weight in that game number 5. We were kind of searching for him all day long. Even the beginning of this series, he comes out in the Game 5. He is the first blood demon, getting it time and time again to set his teammates up for success. He ends up going on a 5-3 and allowing them to get a comfortable lead to close out that Game 5.
Don't shoot my body. Says Arcades, I'm going to come back at you and cause some problems. He clutched up time and time again, and Lord Gaming clutches up in a much-needed Game 5. They will survive to tomorrow. We asked everyone before this matchup, who is going to win? Last time Falcons took the stage, they had 65% of the audience. This time around, they take 78, a huge fan base supporting the squad that is unfortunately now out of the event.
You know, we heard the energy in the crowd. You walked into the arena. There was so many Falcons fans here. They had their Let's Go Falcons multiple times during that Game 5. I'd love to see the support for other teams that we don't normally see. Yeah. And really to hear a team like Falcons have that support, be the hometown heroes. It was awesome. I love that.
And I got to give a big shout out to the event organizers. We had teams from all different regions, and Arcades was saying, they played unorthodox. They forced us to play differently. I want to see more of that in Call of Duty. Not everyone has to play the same way to have success. Let's take a look, though, at our groups, Ali, because not everybody found success on day one, including teams like Heretics. But as we start in Group A, walk me through what you saw here on the opening day of action.
A little bit predictable, other than maybe the Carolina Royal Ravens. I hope we get to see them tomorrow on this mainstream, because for me, for the fact that they 3-0'd the Vegas Legion, and then we saw what Vegas Legion was capable of doing versus Omet, I'm very interested to see how that went and how they're looking moving forward, because they have a huge matchup versus Optic Gaming, and I'm kind of upset there wasn't any huge upset versus the top 4, so hopefully things get spicier as we go on.
Group A win as expected. Vegas waiting for the loser of that Optic Gaming Carolina matchup. Over in Group B, Cloud9 dropping a single game to Gentlemates. That was the Search and Destroy. But Vancouver, a hot 3-0 over G2, who eventually fell in a Game 5 to Gentlemates.
Yeah, I think that's the talking point of Group B, is you look at that elimination match, Gentlemates winning in a Game 5 versus G2. And G2 is a bunch of pro players, right? It is kind of a mashup of the Gorillas team and the Rocker team. And so they haven't been in the Pro League all year, but you still expect them to be able to beat an amateur team.
DiamondCon and Astro, of course, joining G2 for this event, and it was a short stay on the squad as they get bounced out of the event in our 13th through 16th position. Same can be said for Team Heretics, who surprisingly lost to the newly built Boston Breach, and eventually the Stallions in a 3-0.
Now that's the craziest upset that we've had so far. Team Heretics was a team that throughout the entirety of the Pro League season was considered a team that had upset potential constantly. And so the fact that I see them bow out so early, especially against Boston Breach, who also was our worst team on the entirety of the season, this is the first lick of success that they have seen. I can't wait to see what they bring tomorrow versus Toronto.
Boston Breach has got to take on Scrap and Toronto Ultra. Meanwhile, Stallions waiting in the wings to see who they have to face off for a spot in our playoff bracket. Over in Group D, you saw Atlanta FaZe take down their opponent in the opening round with a 3-0, but it was close games against the Falcons. And the other matchup, Lore stole a map from 100 Thieves, but it'll now be 100 Thieves versus Atlanta playing for a spot in our Final 8. And Lore Gaming somehow surviving at the end of it all, Clay. They were down 2-1, went back-to-back to make it to our Saturday.
Yeah, and that's a rough matchup for them. Whoever they're playing dropping down, it's not going to be easy at all. We saw 100 Thieves play really well at COD Champs, and I think they're continuing that momentum here at the Esports World Cup.
It's time to look at our Kadia play of the game, and it features one of our former teammates of Clayster. He goes by the name of ProLoot. And he's got his buddies with him. Let's take a look at some of the best action on the day. This one takes us all the way back against Omit Brooklyn. Going up against Optic Gaming, stealing the very first hardpoint of the entire tournament.
And this was the biggest shock, right? Because this was real hardpoint. This was one of Optic's favorite matches throughout the entirety of the season, but it was Spart once again. He was able to drop 6k damage to steal that map number 1.
Drazah earns an MVP award of his own with performances like this. Taking a look at the man who dropped streaks in almost every map he had the opportunity, including some search and destroy.
I love the movement out of Drazah. You know, finessing the smoke, jumping over that mid tank, coming back through, and then after that kill, flanking Red and killing both of them off bomb. That just shows you the intelligence of Drazah.
And the final play here in our Kadia plays of the day, it's Fire with a pop-off SMG performance. 2 players from Omit Brooklyn making it in to our Kadia play of the game. Unfortunately, they won't be here tomorrow, Alley Cat. They put it all out on the line. Fortunately, it wasn't enough in Group A.
Yeah, fortunately it didn't pay off, but at least they got some flashy plays and highlight reels from it.
We saw so many games across 2 different streams. If you missed any of them, don't worry. We got them available on YouTube. We'll be live on Twitch as well. We are all over the world featuring the world's best playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 as we wrap up this first day of action. We still have 3 more days to go. Alley Cat, what are you going to remember from this opening day, and what are you looking forward to tomorrow?
Honestly, I'm going to remember walking around the boulevard because I got the chance to during that little bit of a break that I got, and it was beautiful. It's never ending. It's just an unreal experience. And I'm also not going to forget that final match of the day. Easily one of my favorite watches.
Glacier Nameless told us, look out for the Challengers teams. I tweeted a little bit early, Giggles and Falcon. Eventually, though, Stallions powered through, Lore Gaming powers through. Who else are you looking at going into day 2?
You know, you look at that Gentlemate squad too, right? There's a couple of the amateur teams still hanging around, still fighting for their life here in this bracket, and I'm excited to see if they can make it to the playoff bracket.
Well, here is our schedule on the mainstream tomorrow. We open it up. Optic taking on Carolina. Who is going to be the first team secure their spot in our round of 8 playoffs? Of course, we have 100 Thieves versus Atlanta FaZe following that before eventually seeing who drops down to play Gentlemates and the Stallions. So many great games. Alley Cat, what are you pumped up for?
My favorite thing about this schedule right now is the fact that traditionally you would look at those and be like, oh, there's obvious favorites in Optic Gaming and 100 Thieves. But so far this weekend, I don't know. I think we could have some upsets.
We had to say goodbye to the Falcons, and it is Lore Gaming with the honor of taking their key and crushing it in the hydraulic press. And it looks like they're going to give it to the young man. How do you feel about the guy in red glasses?
You know, I was judging his red glasses a little bit. They don't go with too many outfits, but they are Oakleys, you know. He was out there doing his thing, especially in that game 5, really picking up a lot of those bloods, being a nuisance, just kind of hitting the mid-cut, getting freebies. And I love to see them all standing there with the broken keys. That is so cool.
You got to be so exhausted. I know I'm feeling jet lagged, and I've been out here for multiple weeks. These guys just got off a plane yesterday, and they get taken to a game 5 that finishes on Saturday. Speaking of Saturday, the games kick off in about 13 hours. So, Alley Cat, we're going to go back to the hotel, come back, get our makeup ready to rock. You gave your final thoughts. Clay, last thing you want to say on the show?
I just love seeing all these teams come out here and compete halfway around the world, doing something we love, which is playing Call of Duty. It's so crazy to me to see where we've come from hotel ballrooms to now this massive stage in Riyadh on this awesome boulevard. It's amazing.
It's been fantastic. On behalf of everyone behind the scenes, thank you for tuning in since the opening minutes. And if you're on the East Coast of the U.S., set that alarm, wake up bright and early, because we have plenty more COD to play here at the Esports World Cup. See you tomorrow.
All right. That was day one, guys. Not gonna lie, looking forward to next one. I think this is Saturday or tomorrow, whatever one. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. Like 3 hours, almost 4 hours. That's crazy. And then y'all got another stream of a banger for like 2.5 hours. So shoot, y'all good today. Y'all getting bangers after bangers. But yeah, we already knew how this was gonna go. It's gonna be a CDL team that's gonna win it all, bro. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. Cody, thank you for coming in. Got 1 like today. Like I said, I will be streaming the CDL NCAA football around 8 or so. So that's like in 1.5 hours. So just watch out for that. Other than that, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that bell so you do know I stream. Also, like I said in the beginning of the stream, take care of yourself. Make sure you drink plenty of water, eat healthy. Work out. You have to do whatever you got to do to stay fit. But other than that, guys, this has been your boy Darkrai, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.